Hello, welcome, Captain Crime. I decided to start a little bit early because there was a video that I ran across that I want to share with you guys. I don't know if there's been a lot of you that have been following the P Diddy case, but the video that I'm going to show is going to be kind of a little bit long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just wanted to show, his living conditions in prison, and that's what that video is about. And he's whining and complaining about it. And he really has a lot of nerve. It's a shame, too, because I was a huge fan of his for a very long time. And when all this started coming out, it was just a shame, that he would go that far. So it's a little bit of news that you can use on this Tuesday morning. So the shows that are going to be going on today will be JimTerryTV.com in a couple of hours, and then Johnny Yarbrough is going to be going live later on today. So this was my one and only shot to do this live. So I don't think I'm going to do the pre-show. And then I go back to work tomorrow. So I work Wednesday through Sunday. So I won't be able to make um, the Crab Lake show on Friday, but that's all. It's all good in the hood. Hello, Farmer Fred. So let's get this show on the road. We'll talk a little bit about Diddy and then talk a little bit about what's going on in the community and stuff like that. So from now on, I am not going to be dropping. I said this yesterday and I dropped the link, but from now on, I'm not going to be dropping the link in the chat anymore. For those of you that hit my panel all the time, it will be sent out. Good morning. It'll be sent out, and Johnny did teach me how to make sure it is the right person, but I just can't take any more chances on something like that happening again. So with that being said, I will go ahead. And Rainbow Melon is off today, so I'm hoping maybe, and she might be sleeping, so maybe she might pop up a little bit later. I don't know how long the show is going to go on for. So Marcy Girl, Farmer, Captain Crime, hello and good morning. I'll send you the link. Wait, is that really Marcy Girl? Because that wasn't your picture before. So let's do this real quick and then we'll get back to it.
Oh, dumb ho, dumb ho, dumb ho, dumb ho, dumb ho. Listen up, keep that mouth closed.
I heard you running your mouth and talking real foul and rude. Listen, bitch, I'm really don't have me set you right. Stop spreading your lies, boo boo. Listen, bitch, I'm really you tried to act all hard, but ho, we know the truth. Listen, bitch, I'm really you're nothing but a keyboard gangster, and I don't fuck with you. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty.
Listen up, keep.
So this is a lady. Her channel is called Hey Chuck, welcome. This is a lady. Her name is Queen of the Ratchet, and she does a whole bunch of cute songs. I don't know how. I think somebody sent me a clip of a song, and then I went to look her up, and I just loved her to death. So she's really cute. She's a good singer too.
That mouth closed.
Outside, you haters are talking. You seem real pressed about me. There's levels to this shit. I wish y'all would let me be. I know you think you're bad, but it's time you got a clue. You're nothing but a keyboard gangster, and I don't fuck with you.
Listen, bitch, I'm really petty.
Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty.
Listen up, keep that mouth closed.
Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty. Listen, bitch, I'm really petty.
Listen up, keep that mouth.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, Marcy, thank you. I just wanted to make sure. A lot of weird stuff goes on when I am live, so I just want to make sure that everybody in the chat and myself is protected at all costs. So this is the video that I was talking about that I want to see, that I want to show real quick. Again, I don't know, for those of you that don't know, are not following Diddy, but this is quite interesting to see. So this is a bit of news that you can use early on Tuesday morning. So I don't think it's a really good idea. If he wants to come up, I'll just send him the link. But I just don't think it'd be a good idea. Hi, Cluckers. Is she in here? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not awake. For him to send out the robocalls until I go back on my main channel, which will be tomorrow, since the robocalls are set up on my main channel. I don't want to have to have him keep switching back and forth. He's gonna get really mad. So, and then we'll talk about other stuff that's going on in the community. It's just gonna be maybe the first 10 minutes of it. So this is Diddy, and they're talking about what his life is like in jail right now.
Guard has finally broken his silence and is ready to spill all the covered-up secrets.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward.
With all the new allegations and revelations, can Sean Diddy Combs get any more disgraced than he already is? From exploiting minors to drugging them, he really left no stone unturned.
And drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never heard of.
Let's dive into the story to find out what exactly happened. Secrets finally revealed. Sean Diddy Combs, the disgraced music producer, is having a tough time in prison, and it's mostly because of the food, according not just to him, but also to his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo. After a court visit on October 10, 2024, Mark said, "I think the food's probably the roughest part of it." Combs is staying at a detention center in Brooklyn while he waits for his trial, which is scheduled for May 5, 2025. He's facing some serious charges, including illegal carnal exploitation and racketeering.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways.
His daily routine in prison starts with an early breakfast at 6 a.m., then lunch at 11 a.m., and dinner after the afternoon head count. The meals aren't exactly gourmet. They range from hamburgers and fish to beef tacos, and even some healthier options like lentils and tofu.
That's really sad that he's not liking the food. It's not really surprising, though, because he's used to eating the rich gourmet food, and then he's going to prison and he has to eat all that prison slop. So I'm not surprised he's not liking the food. Thank you, Mars. I appreciate that. So it is what it is. I was a huge fan of his for years. I liked his work because he believed in helping, up and coming artists become famous. And he also believed in helping the poor. He would go to the New York City's poorest neighborhoods, and he would, help them out with whatever they needed. And to hear all this coming out about him, it's not shocking. But he said that if he was going to go down, he was going to take everybody down with him. And, I don't know if he started talking yet, because he knows a lot of dirt about Jay-Z and that close knit circle. So it's going to be interesting to see. My thing is, if he does start talking, I really don't believe that he's going to make it to that trial. But if he does, that's probably going to be the most interesting trial in this century that we've ever had, especially with it being the new year and everything. I cannot believe this year's almost over. We only have month and a half, if that. This year just went by really fast.
During a court appearance, Combs, wearing prison clothes, didn't move much but waved to his family and lawyers. His mum came all the way from Florida, and his kids were there to support him. According to a source, the kids were very happy to support their father. They are united in their support. The prosecutors are going through a lot of data from Combs's devices, and they say there's a lot of it. His lawyers are trying to get him out on bail, but have been denied twice because there are concerns he might try to influence witnesses. The federal prosecutors have accused Combs of arranging forced vulgar performances, and these claims are laid out in the official charges. He was indicted for racketeering and transporting people for performing illicit activities in September. Right now, at 54 years old, he's currently behind bars awaiting trial. The situation is made even more challenging by the potential lawsuits from around 120 people who plan to sue Diddy for alleged vulgar misconduct and exploitation, according to attorney Tony Busby.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had, at this point, more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
Busby talks about how many of the victims sought medical treatment and were tested for drugs after the freak-offs.
And drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Every 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. I'm not going to play this long. I just called you Larzy. Marzi, I just sent you the link on the text. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see if he actually gets out of this. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with this case. But this is just showing a little bit of what he's going through in prison, and it's kind of hard to feel sorry for him because, I mean, he hurt a lot of people. I mean, he should have learned from R. Kelly. I mean, R. Kelly went through the same thing. So I wonder if he's going to end up in the same prison as that. So enough of that. Did y'all vote? I'm not going to vote this year. I'm not really too fond of both presidents. I mean, hi, Marzi. I'm probably going to get yelled at, cussed at, whatever, but I'm not going to vote this year. Good morning, Marzi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So,
I am unexpectedly off today.
yay. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so is Rainbow. She said that I don't know if she's going to pop up or not. So, did you see yesterday's events over there on Homegrowns?
Actually, no, I didn't. Well, I was working and I didn't realize it was on. So, what happened?
I took on Leanne and Watcher at the same time. We were
Uh,
going at it big time over there on Homegrowns, and then Watcher turned around and said, the best thing that could have ever happened was your mom dying. And I
uh,
was just stunned. And then I went live right after his show, and she hit my link, and I asked her to turn the camera on, and she wouldn't do it. And then I remembered what Johnny said on his last live about the 3 dots, and some weird name came up like Sharon Eubine or something like that. So then I was asking the chat, should I let her up or should I just let her go? And X was just like, no, don't let her up. Just let her go. Don't give the haters, a platform, because there's really no coming back from that too. I don't want. I don't.
Rainbow Melon's here, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
She's
All right.
asking for the link.
All right, Rainbow. Check your text because I'm gonna send it through there. But yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself because I held my own. And after the fight, I went right back up on Homegrown's link, just to show them that they don't bother me. They're not going to stop me from, enjoying myself. They're just mean, hateful, bitter people. So, that's on them. That's not on me.
When you checked the 3 dots, you said you saw a name. It was probably Sharing Your Biz.
Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
she's. I'm not saying anything she hasn't already said. I'm just letting you know. I mean, she said that she had that as um an alt or an email address or something. I just remember her saying that.
Okay. Like with you, I just clicked on yours and yours says Mars. So that's a good thing that Johnny told me that because I had no idea that you could do that. I mean, I could drop the link in the chat, but I would just feel safer just sending it out. So
It's your channel. You do as you please, ma'am. You
yeah.
do as you please.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be back on my main channel by tomorrow. That's us to go right now. So Rainbow, I just sent you the link through the text.
So I have my TV on and I have it on mute. They're saying that Pennsylvania could quite possibly be the deciding state.
So are they tied?
I'm sorry.
Are they tied? Are the votes tied right
I
now?
don't. You know what? I haven't seen yet on the TV anyway, and I haven't checked it out on the computer either. Um, where they're at as far as votes so far. I just been hearing how Pennsylvania they just keep saying it could come down to Pennsylvania being the deciding state. So I mean, I'm going to be 60 soon. I voted for how many years, and I never remember my state being this important in voting. I mean, maybe it has, and I just didn't pay attention or whatnot. But this is interesting. It's very interesting. And Harris was here this morning, I guess, in Philly.
Oh, okay.
So right in front of the art museum where the Rocky statue is, she was right there. You know, I didn't listen to her speech or whatever. I voted already, so I don't need to listen to the advertisements and whatnot.
Who did you vote for?
I'd rather not say. And it's not that I don't want any flack either way. I just don't get involved in that aspect of the discussions on politics. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it causes issues, and I don't want to be involved. That X keeps saying, "Marcy voted for Kamala." He doesn't know who I voted for. He has no idea who I voted for. So
Yeah, I think I heard him say that yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Oh Lord.
Yeah. So it's
So
been,
you can hear me okay? Everything's okay.
yeah, we can
Oh,
hear.
okay. I have a new internet provider, so I just wanted to check and make sure.
Oh, I like that avatar that you have. Rainbow, I went ahead and dropped the link in the chat. Oh, hold on. Let me see. It don't work? I just tried. Marcy's up here. Okay, hang on. She's saying the link doesn't work. Yeah, I just clicked it. The link in the chat is correct, Rainbow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
maybe she was talking about the one you sent privately to her.
Yeah, I think that's the one that she sent, and I'll send it
Yeah.
to him too, just in case he wants to pop up.
I try to make my avatars silly.
You-
I always look for like the cartoon ones and whatnot. And Thanksgiving's around the corner, so I figure, oh, we'll get a Thanksgiving one, and then when we get through Thanksgiving, I'll switch it to a Christmas one. And
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna change mine soon too. I just don't know what I'm gonna change it to it yet. Yeah, you know the story behind the bacon picture, right?
yes,
Um,
I was actually watching the show when X was at that buffet, and he did that.
there she is. How are you?
Good morning, party people.
Good morning. How's it
To
feel to
say
be back
voting
to work,
people,
girl?
huh?
How's it feel to be back to work?
Uh,
That's probably what I'm gonna say tomorrow.
It's a good tired, right?
no, it's somber. It's not the same place.
Oh
Not the
wow.
same place anymore. They don't release a lot of people from my plant. Where I work at. They have laid them off or whatever you want to call it. But it's really called firing. But me, I was laid off because being laid off, you're able to come back to work.
Right.
Right.
You just temporarily gone. These people, I don't know what kind of classification they worded it. They got these clever words, to save their asses and stuff. Because these corporations got these nice, big, nice, fat, juicy lawyers that they use. You know what I mean? So, and then, then you got the union, who they did not represent these people at all. Where I work at the lower level are the ones that got kicked out. Basically, they just got rolled over. Which rolled over means they just got hired in full time versus being part time. So they call it rolled over. So they've been kicked out. So when I went back to work yesterday, I'm noticing I don't see these people in there, and it's a real big difference. The line wasn't really running that well. It was like it was slow when we first started up, and yeah, it's just not the same. The mood, and I don't like it.
I
I
was
don't
just
like
gonna
it.
ask about the mood and the motivation. I guess people are still kind of down.
I think yeah, that's probably because of that. Because like I said, when I came in there, those people are not there anymore. And you like these people, and they're good people, and when you don't see them, it's like wow, the dynamics changed a little bit when you in your working environment. I just don't like it right now. It's just I think what it is too. People are unsure about their jobs. They're
Yeah.
really unsure. It's an uneasy time when you got this wackadoo in here running shit. And yeah, I said that. Y'all, please vote. If you can vote, y'all, you ain't got no snacks. Right now, they're pulling all kinds of shit on people as far as
Yeah.
voting.
I voted.
Now, I'm glad you did. I think it has something to do with where you live at too. The dynamics of where you live. They tried to pull a fast one on me one time when I was over here nearby where I live at now. The lady accidentally she snuck and looked at my ballot to see who I voted for. And how she did it was she held the ballot and she kind of like oops like that. She did a little oops, oops, and my paper came out a little bit. She saw it, so she tried to be funny with it. It was a black lady, and I had Trump on it. Yeah, I'm telling everybody who I voted for. I voted for Trump. Had Trump on. This happened to me in 2016. So I tried to go live on that because I had them apologizing to me at the voting place. Because I told her, I said, what gives that lady the right to do that? And then act funny about my ballot and hold on to it and not want to hand it to the lady, which, is a system they go by. You sign in or whatever you got to do. You get verified you're there to vote in that district. And they take their ballot, they take their paperwork, and some of them do funny shit. And she was doing funny stuff. And I went on Instagram to talk about it, and Instagram shut my feed down. They didn't want me to go live on it.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. What the
That happened
hell?
in 2016.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Because I had the other lady, when you take it and they put it in that machine, I was going to that step, right? And I told her about what the other lady did to me prior to me getting to her. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, you know what? Don't be sorry. I looked at the lady and said, she's sorry. I told the lady, you should not be voting. You should not be here as a poller. You should, not poller. What do you call those people? Are they pollers?
No, there was a name, election officials or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So I said, you should not be working here, lady. What you did to me wasn't right. I told her straight up. I said, what you did to me wasn't right. You tried to play like you didn't want to hand in my ballot. You looked at my ballot, see who I voted for, and you had a problem with it. I saw your whole face turned up, and you was wrong. You was out of line. You supposed to do your job and let me do mine, which is to vote whoever the fuck I want to vote for. Who is you to sit there and try to make an example out of my ballot because you saw it? I said, you wrong for that.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
It was near the hood. It was near the hood. When you're in a predominantly black area and you vote for Trump, especially in 2016, they wasn't liking that shit.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not going to vote this year because I'm undecided. So I decided it'd be best not to vote.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I know I'm probably going to get some heat for that, but it is what I'm just telling my honest opinion. So that's why I didn't vote this year.
So you're just gonna throw it in the air and let it be wherever it land, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, I don't like that kind of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't do that, man. I don't trust them that much. I just don't.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. And when you're undecided and you can't figure out who would be the better person for the job, and you don't want to make the wrong choice, so you just don't
they
make
have a box for that? Do they have a box that says undecided on there? I'm not sure. Because I already know who I already want to vote for. You know what I mean? Or voted for. I never saw that part. Where's that part at? Does it say undecided anywhere?
I did the mailing one, obviously, and mine did not have. But I'm thinking along the same lines that you are, Rainbow Melon. When I went out to the polls, I think there was a box for undecided.
Yeah, I think I did see that, but I'm so quick with it. I just be like, boom, boom, boom. I know who I'm voting for before I go. I know who the people are around me, whatever they're voting for, the what do they call that? The different things they vote for every county. You know, their own little election, their own
representatives.
Yeah. So I vote for all that shit. I pretty much know, and I pretty decided who I'm voting for. I just go in there blindly. I wish everybody would do that. Like, know who you're voting for. You don't understand, so just go in there blindly. You know what I mean? I can't do that.
Yeah. No, I did my research on all candidates, like you said, from presidential all the way back down to my local county. And so when I voted, I knew who I wanted to vote for, and it was not a guessing game for me.
I can see you being that smart, Marzi. I'm the same way when it comes to the voting thing.
Yeah, well, and you know what I mean. I've always said about myself, I'm a lifelong learner. I'm just one of the, like, if I could be in college right now, I would. Just to learn something new, even, it's just part and parcel of who I am as a person. So, and I've always taught my kids, no matter what the aspect was in life, educate yourself before you make a decision. Like, even, and this is going to sound stupid, but I just got a new internet provider and I spent a month researching internet providers
That's not
before
stupid.
I made a decision. And not only, because I wanted the best financially, because Verizon was just a little too expensive for my taste. But obviously I need a strong internet connection, one that's not going to go out on me constantly. I mean, that's how I make my living,
Yeah.
is online. And I wanted to know about the companies and so on. So,
Yeah, I'm looking at an article on who's leading the polls, and right now it's 49% Harris and 48% Trump. So Harris is going to lead by 1%.
wow.
That's a lie.
Well, I'm looking at an article also because I heard this on the news this morning that election workers are being threatened.
I believe it.
Can
Yeah.
they fix the vote? Can they fix the votes, the election workers?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. They could. The
Hmm.
machines are doing that. Actually, the machines.
And also there's a lot of places that are still paper ballots.
We need to go back to that, Marzi. I'm sorry. I like the old school method, paper ballots, the hanging chads. I rather deal with that.
My
And counting votes. I like that better. I'm sorry.
obviously mine was a paper ballot as well because it was a mail-in. But I see that each side has its perks and has its downfalls. I mean, wasn't it a few elections back where a lot of the paper ballots were lost, quote unquote lost.
Yeah.
So that, there's that issue, and of course, with the electronic ones, you have the issue of something going wrong,
The tampering.
right, with the software and whatnot. Right, right. So there's tampering on both sides. So, and to be honest with you, I'm more comfortable with the paper ones. I really am.
I am too. I always was. I wish
And if
we'd
you're
go back
not
to that.
technologically savvy, and
Yeah.
I am, I just remember going to the polls, and where I live, they're all electronic. And
That's
I was
electronic here too.
even confused.
Yeah, I was too. I'm not gonna lie.
So I mean, unless you're somebody who's technologically savvy, you could end up voting for somebody you didn't intend to vote for. So I mean,
True.
it's.
Yeah.
Oh, Happy Bitch says you can write someone in. I don't have a choice for undecided. Okay. So
Yeah,
Happy,
that's an option too. She's right. That's an
there
option
you
too.
go. I remember when people used to write in Mickey Mouse and
Hey, that's her right. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
vote for the mouse.
That's right. That's
So
right.
what
I'm
time
doing
is Jim
something
coming on?
convenient.
Listen,
I
what time is Jim coming on?
I don't even know. Let me check it out.
I haven't
Yeah,
looked
I'm
over
going
there.
Let's see.
I'm just glad to be off today. That's one thing I can say about my job. We're always off on election day. They promote election voting where I work, so it's a
He goes live
win-win.
in he goes live in 3 hours.
In 3
Oh,
hours.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's 1 p.m. for those of us on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So
'cause-
hey, listen, Janelle.
yes, I'm here.
I happened to see that video at work last night. You and Watcher and Leanne. Now, any resolve
Mhm.
from that? Y'all all right now? So where we at with that?
They
Did
both
I
can go
miss
to hell and
something?
kiss my ass. That's where I'm at.
Oh,
They both can go
okay.
to hell and kiss my ass. That's where I'm at with that.
Just
Leanne,
wondering.
yeah, Watcher actually tried to hit my link. I almost, if you would have been here, Rainbow, I would have let her up, but she tried to hit my link. But what she said
When?
yesterday, I went live right after Homegrown show, and she was
Oh, okay.
backstage, and I kept her back there because I didn't know what she said about my mother was
What's she
completely
trying to
untrue.
hang? What she said? Okay, I heard a piece of that. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I didn't hear that part. Was that near the end of the video? Because I was at work. I was kind of in and out, but I did see you guys on stage together
Yeah,
on the panel. I
yeah.
don't know what part I got in and what part I didn't because I was too busy working, man. But I saw you guys, and
Yeah.
yeah, Janelle, what's that about? You be talking like somebody talking. Ain't nobody saying shit. Are you in delay or something?
You know, that was happening. I don't know because that was happening over there too. Jim kept saying that I was on a delay. So I don't know what's going on. I don't have anything in the background that's turned on. So I'm going to pull this up for you guys so you can see this right
Did you go
quick.
back and watch it? Did you go back and watch that video when you was on it? Because it
No,
looks like you
I
talking to
tend
nobody.
No, I could
You know what I
hear it when
mean?
I was on there. I kept going
Okay.
back up there like 3 or 4 times, and it was still a delay. I had nothing on. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't have that show on, or I didn't have anything on in the background, so I don't know what was going on. I even reset my phone. I even tried calling Jim to see if he would take the phone call, but he wanted me to hit the link. So I was trying, and then I was backstage for a really long time. I guess Homegrown was getting a cigarette or something, but I don't know what's going on with my phone. I
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
why.
no. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just to let you know, I had heard other channels say that StreamYard was having an issue
Oh.
for the past few days, and then last night when I was watching X, at one point his audio just cut right out, and I got to admit I wasn't actually looking at the screen when it happened, but it took him like a minute or two, and then he was back like audio wise, and he said that that it was a StreamYard problem, not an OTT problem. So that could have been it too, Janelle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you pulling
It
up the
was
video?
annoying
Yeah. Go
because
ahead.
it's annoying though because when you're in a battle and you're in a fight and you know you're trying to scream at people and then you get a lag and it's just really annoying because you know you want to get everything out and then it sounds like you're
Girl,
just
you had
repeating
me
yourself
laughing
and you're
though,
not
because
getting
you
what
were
you
talking in
want.
the air. You had me laughing,
Huh?
Janelle, 'cause you was talking in the air, and I was laughing my ass off. They were looking at me like I was crazy at work. I was cracking the fuck up.
I was not backing down or back. I was not backing down or backing off. I
Oh
didn't
my
give it. I didn't get it.
lord.
So I was
So why
not.
are they going on with that? Oh, listen. Why are they going on with that if they got no proof or nothing? Like, for one thing, it's just a dig at you. That was all nothing but a dig. To me, if you're gonna
Yeah.
come up on the panel and you saying something about somebody and you think you concrete with it, have some motherfucking proof, some backup, instead of spit out your fucking mouth. Have some fucking proof with it. Other than that, shut the fuck up. You
Yeah.
sound ridiculous. You
Yeah.
sound catty. That's why I don't block you guys. You sound catty. You
Mhm.
sound retarded. I wish you guys would stop. You guys are middle-aged women, and you're going all over the place with her because you know I'm over here with her. I'm chilling with her. Y'all could be chilling too if y'all wasn't so damn ridiculous. I don't understand. Y'all need to stop doing that shit. You're too old. You look like old hags. You need to stop doing that shit. And I would like to talk to Watch again on stream. She fun to be around. So is Leanne. But right now, y'all ain't so fun. Y'all
Yeah.
catty.
And then I saw Bob come up with Leanne, and I was prepared to fight Bob too.
Mm.
I didn't know if she brought Bob up to battle me, or not, but I was prepared to
She
take
didn't
Bob on
sound
if I had
shocked, did
to.
she?
Huh?
Did she sound shocked when Bob came up? No, she didn't, did she?
I don't think so.
Did
Go back and look at it. She wasn't
Bob came up?
shocked.
Bob
Yeah,
came up on Homegrowns?
Yeah,
yeah, with
Oh,
Leanne.
exactly. Why?
Yeah,
Because I had mentioned Bob over here. I mentioned Bob over here. I said something about me unsubbed to Bob. I mentioned him over here, and all of a sudden, boom, voila, he showed up over there. Hey,
yeah.
Bob, what's up, Bob? I still love you, Bob. It's just now you do what you want to do, brother. I just don't want no parts of the shit, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't
Yeah,
want to say
I
no
don't.
more about Bob because I like Bob.
Yeah, I like Bob too, but I didn't know, which direction that was going to go in with him coming up with her. And I'm just like, well, if I got to take him on too, I'll take. I don't want to,
Bob ain't
but
like
I
that.
will. I didn't know. I knew there was a reason why she brought Bob up
They
there with
think
her,
he
but I
is,
didn't
and he ain't
know.
like that. They trying him, calling him, texting him. I ain't that Bob. Look at Bob. Like I said, Bob, go by actions, Bob. Go by their actions. I know you like them and everything, but go by their actions. They're not right now. They're not the people that you think you like. They're not. Right now, they're acting very ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. And Bob, you can look by my actions, Bob, and you see I ain't doing none of that dumb shit. So you do however you take it however you want. Take it however you want. And I'm done with it. I just can't. I don't want no parts of it. It's stupid. And that salty shit the other day was stupid. And
Yeah.
they all to me, they part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everywhere they see Jim at, they run up there on the panel and try to tell them about that story. And it's just so old, petty. And I have made it quite clear if you show Jim Terry proof that that actually happened, then I will leave YouTube, OTT, and everything all together. And I know that's never going to happen because all she is taught. That was 2 years ago. That was 2.5 years ago. That wasn't recent. And I've already admitted to everything. And she just keeps bringing it up over and over. She's not liking seeing me and Jim on the same panel together because that used to be her with him. I think that's what part of it too.
You know what's funny? If they notice, your story ain't changed. Every time you
Yeah.
give an explanation, it's been the same fucking explanation. It ain't
Yeah.
changed. No more person lie. When they recanted the story again, how they messed up. They always mess up. They always put add shit in, make it more colorful than what it is. You have been the same person telling the same fucking story. It was stupid what you did. Okay,
Mhm.
we over it. We know it. You even admitted it. So let's just move the fuck on. If you guys ain't got no proof, shut the fuck up about it. And stop being so jelly and upset that Rainbow over here chilling when y'all could be over here chilling too if you weren't so damn catty. I just said it like earlier. Like, what I got to repeat it? Like, it's just ridiculous. Jim and all that. Jim, go wherever you want. I go wherever I want. Y'all two can go wherever you want. If you ain't invited, oh well, deal with it. Change your attitude, and maybe you can become the friends that we used to be. Whatever, YouTube friends. And they ain't real life friends, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a shame that they have that much hatred for someone that they would just go around and do that. But it is what it is at this point. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So I was kind of expecting some sort of, fight. But, I proved my point. I mean, when I'm backed into a corner, I will come out swinging. Then Watcher jumped up there and attacked me and put herself in a fight that had nothing to do with her, and then she turns around and she says that about my mother. That really killed me. That really hurt me. And then she had the nerve to try to come over here and want a conversation with me. I almost did it until X dropped in the chat and said, no, don't let the haters have a platform. So I banned her. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Texas Granny. I think I'm one of the few that doesn't say anything about anybody. And now, in my case, with the exception of Jay, I did go off about Jay um, on Crystal Land's when I was on panel one night. And then that she came in shortly after, like a show or two later, and apologized to me. And then, of course, we all know where that went. So, I very rarely say anything at all about anybody. And I still am not sure why Watcher thinks I shit all over her. I've not said anything about her. So, I don't know. I was even she asked if I could make her something, a sunflower, and I even pulled up, I don't know, was I on Crystal Land's that night? A pattern I had for a sunflower, and she liked it, and I gave her my email address and said, okay, be in touch with me, and we'll work this out, and whatever. I mean, if I shit all over you, why would I offer to do something like that,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who likes you to your face and then does crap behind your back. No,
Yeah, I know that's
that's not
right.
me. That is not me.
I know that's right, Marzi. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I want to say, and I'm not saying anything. I'm not targeting anybody when I say this, but comments like what was said to Janelle about her mom, that's just uncalled for. Just, I mean, I understand people get upset and they say things which maybe later on they regret saying, but you should never, ever anybody should never make comments about somebody's deceased family member.
No, that was for the juggler. She went for the juggler. That's what that was about. So that
Yeah.
makes you wonder who made that post now about her mother saying something about her mother on here now. I make you wonder who it really was. Like I said, you never know who is really doing what. And there'll always be a person that will surprise you the most that you would never think that will go to that level and do shit like that. But there's people out here that do that.
Yeah.
Not saying that was her. I wouldn't be surprised. I
No, I
mean,
wouldn't be either.
at this point now, how they acting, they just do whatever. Like they just going over to the shit starting somebody else's show just to start some shit without no proof. That just tell you what kind of person and frame on they are. And I hope Bob looks at that. Bob need to really look at that. I know he got feelings and he care about Leanne and all that. I understand they're a little close. So, I'm not trying to get into all that or interfere with it. I'm just saying, look at people's actions. People could be wrong sometimes. You can still like them, but they can
Hmm.
also be wrong and they should be called out on it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I make it a point not to get in between people who are having issues on here.
Right.
Like for example, the big split with Jim and Chris Lynn and Leanne and Watcher of Crazy. I mean, I have my opinions and I choose to keep them to myself. I did not get in the middle of that. I don't, unless one of the four of them has an issue with me, then I'll have an issue back with them.
Right.
If I think it's necessary. Right
Okay,
now,
well,
I don't think
okay.
it's necessary. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with Watcher Crazy.
So what do you mean? So let me ask you something. So are you still gonna go on their show and be a part of their show? Are you still gonna hang in their chat?
I've not been on their show. I have no intentions of being on their show. That's where I feel like I would be inserting myself and in the middle of that. That's their issue between Jim and the three of them. So, I mean that's just the way it is. Will I go and listen? Sure. I go and listen to a lot of different shows.
Oh, okay.
A lot of different shows, and that's my right. But I purposefully, and I think everybody who's here at least that knows me can agree with this. I purposefully do not get in the middle of these issues that people have with each other. It's not my place. If somebody has a problem with somebody else, you two work it out. And
well, what I do is I use the blocking method. I don't want. I say my piece and move on. I use the blocking method. It works very well for me. I love it.
Yeah,
And I
me
will
too.
I will keep using it until I feel comfortable.
yep,
That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Everybody can choose wherever they want to be. I don't give a damn where you choose to be at.
Yeah. Yeah, if Leanne ever drops down in the chat, she's done and gone. She's to be blocked on site. I don't want that mean ass bitch over here. I don't want that type of
Who?
energy. Leanne over here on my channel. So if she tries to drop down, block her on site.
Well,
those,
okay, let me ask you something. So, what did she say that was so bad other than not have no proof? What did she say that was so bad? The Watcher's the one y'all can understand maybe to this point at this moment because what she said about your mom. But what did Leanne say other than be a shit starter?
just trying to bring up my past from 2 years ago when I lied.
Shit starter.
And every time she sees Jim on a panel, she hurries up and jumps on the panel and tries to bring that shit up each and every time, even after
I come over here. Is she trying to come over here?
I don't know if she would.
Oh, okay. You brought it up. I thought she was in the chat. I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
No. I don't know. I'm just saying if she does drop down, she's
Oh.
to be blocked on site. I just don't have time. It's sad too because I look at Watcher and I look at Leanne, and then I look at myself and I think to myself, that's how I was 2.5 years ago. That's how I behaved
Jumping on
2.5
panels
years
like
ago.
that, saying I got some on somebody. I never did that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad that I was in
can't
their
do it.
shoes.
That ain't my
But
place. That's not my place. That's you coming
yeah,
after me. You coming after me personally, and that's my place. But I come with some receipts though. But I'm coming on a panel just to start some shit. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm
that's
sorry.
exactly what she
No.
does. Yeah,
You'll
Same
never
here.
see Rainbow Melon doing no shit like that. That's why I told you I blocked them because I saw what they were doing. They doing salty shit. I mean that it's evident because look what he did the other day.
yeah.
It's just I don't understand why they're going to them levels. It's just sad. They're pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to say this, and I've said this on numerous occasions, but I'm going to say it again. And again, I'm not targeting anybody in particular. I have never agreed with going after people outside of the person you're having an issue with. So if for example, I was having an issue with Janelle, I would not bring up her mother. I would not bring up her stepdad. I wouldn't bring up her brother.
Yeah.
I don't agree with talking about people's kids and whether they're adult children or juvenile children. I don't agree with that. If that's the way you roll, then roll that way. What I say isn't going to change your mind. But I just don't. If you're going to have an issue with somebody, have the issue with that person. Don't like their former employer and their pastor from their church and their next door neighbor and their family. Just have the issue with that person.
Well, that depends. It depends how far they went on with you about things. It depends what level they have done to destroy you. It depends. It depends. I put it like this: depending on the person's actions, what levels I will go to. That just depends.
And you know what? I understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm not saying you should change you. You do you. My way of being in the world is, if somebody did something to me, I'm not turning around and doing the same thing or worse to them, because it's not getting us anywhere. If that's where that person feels they need to be and what they feel they need to do, then go ahead and do you. I'm taking the higher road and I'm moving on.
No, I'll choose to use the law to help me with that. I like to do it the right way because I don't like to go to jail for nobody. That's why I ain't never been in jail. I don't do that kind of stuff. I will do it the law way. That's what I mean. I will go fight until I get successful at doing what I got to do to deal with you. If you're gonna go up and above, beyond, outside of YouTube, and then show things about me, then it's gonna be an issue because it's not gonna be happy time. It's not gonna be happy time. You're gonna go outside and hurt people I love.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I can see why Jim has done some of that.
When it gets to a certain level, I think you have to get the law involved.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody who's just out there talking about me, then if
that's different. Then it's just a talk. Everybody can talk.
Yeah. You want to go that route, you go ahead and go that route. I'm not going that route. And no matter how many times you go after me, whether I'm on a panel or just in the chat, I'm not going to bite. I'm just not going to do it. I don't, none of us truly have the time, the energy, or the enough brain cells in our head to focus on being like that.
Yeah.
Just take the higher route, guys, and just move it along and leave them behind you, leave them talking.
I go with
that. Eventually people will stop listening. So
yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. That's what I'm going to start doing from now on, because they're the ones that are looking ignorant and stupid. And the funny thing is that I never did anything to Watcher and Leanne for them to come at me like that. And Watcher just jumped right into the fight and just started going at me when I was screaming at Leanne. So she jumped into a fight that had nothing to do with her. That was not her business, and she had to put her 2 cents in it because they don't like me for whatever reasons they may have. I don't give a fuck. But I did nothing to those two two to deserve what I've been getting out of those two. But you know what? Like Marcy said, take the higher road, let them look stupid and ignorant, and just keep it moving.
You know
So,
what bothers me is when they go to other channels and do that. It's sort of like what Just Observing did. Go on
yeah.
other channels and just stir up shit, such as coming to where the person is and say, hey,
Mhm.
is that true about you? It could have been handled that way. It could have been ceased. Instead, they want to go over here and spread this and spread that. That's somebody that's spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Spreading the rumor even more worse. And why can't you just deal with where the person is at? I don't
Yeah.
understand that. They could have had an open. I mean, you had the link out a lot of times. You could have came up there and talked to you real friendly. Could have had a nice time. We all could have been having a nice time over here instead of doing all this catty dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And Watcher was in the back chat yesterday when I was deciding on whether or not to put her up, and she was saying, "I want to talk. I'm lying. There will be no yelling and screaming." And I almost did it, but then
Maybe you should have let her come up.
I was still hurt by what she said.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want anything to do with her right
I
at that point.
understand.
Yeah, and then X-Test said, "Don't let the haters have a platform." So, I was already not going to do it at that point because the fight was still fresh, and when I'm still that angry and that mad, there's no talking to me. I will not hear a damn word you have to say because I'm still angry and mad.
Yeah,
So
you need some time. You need some time. They're doing too much. As long as they just go chill somewhere, they need to go have a cup of coffee, go sit down somewhere themselves, and just relax and stop starting shit. Just chill somewhere, or get your groove on. Get a man, get your groove on, and put your shit out somewhere else. I mean, just fucking relax.
Well,
yeah,
Good
and if
God.
you think about it, there is so many things said about so many people in our community, so to speak, and the other community
Yeah.
that we're kind of battling against, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't treat people, I personally don't treat people according to what I hear about them. My relationship with each and every one of you is based on how you treat me, and that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Now if somebody does something that I don't agree with, I of course, I mean, that is like seriously crazy wrong, I will say something to them about it, not on YouTube, and for everybody to see. And I'm certainly not going to get in an argument with them on a panel. Anybody. I'm not targeting anybody right now. It's just a
right,
general topic.
right.
Um, it just, that is how I deal. That is how I have always been in my life, and that's it. That is just the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've never not once lied to Jim. I gave him my personal information so he can do his own research on it. I've got nothing to lie and hide about. So I have never lied about anything since I've been back over here. So they're reaching on that. So, it's just sad. It's just the jealousy and the cattiness that's going on. But it is what it is at this point. I was expecting this. So it's all good.
So
So,
Janelle, you got no criminal past, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, see, that should be good enough right there. So the other stuff just made up because you was on YouTube, you was getting ahead of yourself. You thought you
Yeah.
could put a clever plan and backfired. That's basically what the fuck you did. I mean, you messed up. Now y'all just stop bringing it up. I mean, you bring it up. Okay, you can bring it up, be funny about it, but y'all doing it to be evil. So just let it go, y'all. She didn't do it. She made it up. She feels bad. She did it. She said it thousands of times. Like, what you want her to write in blood on your body? You want to see it and she write it in blood? I mean, what
Yeah.
the fuck else you want out of it? You over there asking, what's the name of that show? What's the name of that show? Well, how about you go find out what the name of that show is? Since you said they were fun women, they're a tough crowd. They only tough for you, honey, because you don't know, you ain't not part of that environment. That kind of shit don't bother me. I'm used to that kind of environment. I can go on that panel and have a good time because I read them well. You
Yeah.
understand? Those are kind of my peoples, but this is the reason why I don't be around my peoples because of that. And always a battle, always some bullshit, and I ain't got time for it. I be on this side because it's a little bit calmer. But for some reason, you trying to take the calm out of everything. I don't know why. Something going on with your life. I have no idea. I'm sorry if you're having an unhappy time in it. But come on, you guys, let's bring the fun back and stop the bullshit.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, there's enough support and there's enough room for everybody to be involved in what we all are doing with Jim and X, but they just have that bitterness and that jealousy. They don't want to be a part of it, but there's room enough for everybody, and we can all share the same space and have a good time and laugh and joke. But they don't want that. Instead, they want the attack. They want the cattiness, the bitterness, the jealousy to see if Jim and X are going to turn on me, and that's not going to happen. You're just going to have to face the fact that I'm here. I
And,
don't know.
and there are also, I mean, and this is across YouTube, so many instances where somebody is targeting someone else and they're not getting the response they want. So they start targeting people surrounding that person.
Yeah.
And I'm going to apologize ahead of time, but I have to bring this. This is the best example I can think of at the moment. Texas Granny. When Lady Luck went after her,
Yeah, no.
I was like, you're going to talk about who? This woman, if her name was not lit up in blue, other than saying hi to her and chatting with her in the chat, nobody would know who she was. She is her and Blue Diamond, like people along the lines of that. These are people who don't get into this crap.
Mm-mm.
Texas Granny is never up on the panel.
No.
She mods.
Angel, like Jim said, Jim had that right. One of the few things Jim said right in his life was calling that lady Angel. She is an angel. She should
She
have
is.
wings on
I
the
mean,
side of
she
her
doesn't
name.
fuck with anybody.
He sure
Exactly,
doesn't.
Ronnie. She's hands down great.
And this is my own personal opinion, is I feel like Lady Luck couldn't get under Jim's skin. So she's going to find somebody associated with Jim and go after. And she, of all people, she chooses Texas Granny. This woman doesn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. What the hell would cause her to go after her? I mean, seriously. So, we have instances like that where they can't get to the person they want to get to. They're not getting under their skin. So they're going to start targeting people around them. And I'm not
Texas
saying
Granny.
I'm a victim of that. I am certainly not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've seen that happening too. And it's like, come on. If
She be
you
looking out for
like,
everybody. Texas
if
Yeah.
Granny
you,
be in the chat. She be posting
Hmm.
people's stuff. And you be like, whoa, I didn't know you knew that. And it's already posted. I'm like, damn. And you don't even have a time to breathe. The next moment she posted stuff up. She act like a granny to everybody. She's so sweet. And she just she's selfless in what she's doing. She does it because she does it out of pure joy, and she's giving. You can tell how she does it. People just speak to you when the way they chat,
Hmm.
the way
Yeah.
they act, carry themselves. She does that. She's one of the few.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I remember the
exactly.
first time the bots came into my chat a couple of days ago, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of them. And I texted Jim, and I was like, "I need help. Can you send somebody to help me?" And not even like 5 seconds later, here comes Texas Granny. So she really is awesome. Yeah, here
And,
she
and Texas
helps.
Grandy, again, I'm going to
Yeah.
apologize as using you as my example, but that's the one that's fresh in my head. And that's the one that truly did not make sense. Like I had seen Lady Luck in our, well, not our chats, but other channels chatting away. And I never once, and now maybe it's my memory, um, I don't ever recall her and Texas Granny having an issue in anybody's chat. And then all of a sudden, I was like, where the hell did that come from? Where did that come from? So I mean, again, it just goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you have an issue with a person, have the issue with that person. Have the issue with that person. Don't start going after people around them and their families and their employers and their newspaper boy and so on. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Can we talk about Bob for a second? Uh-oh. Did I lose y'all? Chat, can you guys hear me? Hello. All right, my thing is lighting up. Oh, lost Rainbow Melon. Oh, okay. Oh, where's Janelle? Oh, I hope she's not having a StreamYard problem. The only thing I wanted to say about Bob was I was very concerned because I was hearing in somebody's show that the lady who uh, comes over and does his housework for him, like once every 2 weeks or whatever, had passed.
Hang on, Marzi. Oh, okay. I was just about to say your device isn't connected. There we go. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm confused.
Sorry, guys, my phone died.
It's okay.
I don't believe it's the lady that does Bob's housework every other week.
You
Is the
guys, the
one?
weather is clear today. I mean, it's not. I like this Indian weather. I'm having
Oh,
problems. I'm gonna step down. I'm having problems with my Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm gonna step down, guys. But I'll talk to you guys. Okay.
okay. Good talking to you,
Bye.
girl.
Bro.
Yeah. So I feel like it wasn't the woman who comes over and does the cleaning for him. I feel like it was just a good friend of his, maybe.
Who are you talking about?
I'm
Bob?
talking Bob. Yeah, he had made a post about someone he knew had passed away.
Yeah, that was really well. He made another post that said they used to go to dinner almost every night.
Yeah, her and her husband and him. So I feel for some. I mean, I don't know a lot about the woman who comes over and does the house cleaning and whatnot. But I just don't feel like it was her, and I can't for the life of me remember her name,
I think he
her
mentioned
first
her.
name.
Let me see. I'll
So
pull up the post because I think he did mention a name because when he came up on the panel, he didn't really sound too happy.
yeah, he did mention. Yeah, check out that post. He did mention a name in that post, but I can't remember the name of the woman who comes over and does the house clean. So
He said, yeah, a very sad day for me today. One of my friends over 40 years passed away. Mary Lou, I'm not posting her last name. Her husband, her, and I went everywhere. We went out to dinner every night of the week until 2020. Then, when I had my surgery, I found out the day before she had lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. And now, 7 months later, she passes away. Cancer is so bad. She never smoked or drank, but the cancer started in the lower end of her body and went through her like nothing. Her husband, about 1 year ago, got Alzheimer's and he is still hanging on. She just turned 76, and
oh wow,
Joe is 82.
oh wow, that's a sin.
Yeah,
Well, Bob, my condolences on your loss. I mean,
mine too.
to know somebody for that long and to share all aspects of your life with that couple, and then she just passes. And I also respect Bob for putting out information, like towards us women, because it is true. I mean, I think when we get older, like I am, is when it really hits us that you need to go and get your testing done.
Yeah.
Your female testing done and whatnot. And men need to get their testing done as well.
Yeah.
Because you just never know. Bob's talking about somebody who was not a smoker, wasn't a heavy drinker, and whatnot. And,
Yeah, that's a really sad day.
that is.
For him. And then to have Leanne have him come up on the panel knowing that, that says a lot about Leanne right there too. So it is what it is at this point. But Texas Granny, I have a question for you. I would like to hear your story on how you met Jem and X. You too, Marzi. Hang
Oh,
on. He's calling.
put them on
Hi. Hold
speaker.
on.
Yep, same here, Texas Granny. Oh, same, Texas Granny. When Jim had said he was playing for the Philadelphia Soul, I was like, oh, this will be great. Maybe I can, afford some tickets. This is close to me. My daughter, my granddaughter, and I can go watch him play. But then it was in what? Minnesota or something like that. I was like, that's a bit far. That's a bit far. Yeah, that would have been great. My daughter is just as big of a football fan as I am.
Okay,
And
sorry about that.
that's okay. She's getting my granddaughter into it as well. So, you know. So Texas Granny said that she's been following Jim and X since Doug and Tyler Feller. And the same with me. I saw him on Doug's channel.
Okay.
No thanks. I didn't even know about Tyler Feller until I was hearing that Jim was going over there. So that I became familiar with Tyler Feller through Jim.
Okay.
So that's basically how I met Jim, and he cracked me up. I was just like, oh my god, this guy is crazy.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I was muted because I asked him if he wanted you guys to hear our phone call, and he said no. So that's why I was on mute. Yeah, I actually came across them through the haters. I mean, they were talking so much bad shit about them, and the way they were speaking about them and stuff like that and dogging them out, I was like, they sound so fascinating to me. So I decided to do my research on Jim. And what I found just like fascinated me even more. It made me, the more hate they spewed toward him, the more it made me want to know more about him to see what he's really like, because I tend to gravitate toward those kind of people. So I think I saw them on, I think that's when Jim had his channel. So I started watching his channel first, and then they announced Rumble. So I was actually following them for a long time. It just took me a while to drop down. And I first dropped down over there on Rumble. And the first two people that said hi to me were Rainbow Melon and Texas Granny. They welcomed me, and everybody else followed suit. They welcomed me with open arms. And I tried to do my research on X. I could not find that much on him. So I took that as just guilt by association. That's how I
Oh
took
yeah.
that on.
I like how X said all the time. Whenever X says, "I didn't do nothing," I say, "Yeah, but you and Jim are always going to be paired. So whatever he does is
They
going
were-
to reflect on you, and vice versa. Vice versa." But
He is
oh
very
yes, Jim, Texas Granny is right. Jim can be very nice. Just don't, I mean, we have all witnessed it. You piss him off, you
Mhm.
know where it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, and so I remember when his channel got shut down. I think, if I remember correctly, it was a Sunday night, and I think Jim was like in the middle of a sentence, and then all of a sudden the screen turned black and it said
Yep.
terminated for violating something. And I was like, wow. I mean, that's how I started following them. And then that's when they found out I was supporting those two. That's when the haters were coming at me. But, I mean, they're entertaining, they're funny. I mean, I just like being around them. I like you guys. You guys are really great. So, it is what it is. But that's how I came across them. But I did do my really research, because one thing I was always taught, you really do know, you need to know who you're dealing with. So, they're not bad people. So they're very
Right.
nice guys.
Right. I
Not a
was
lot of
watching
people.
that show. I
Yeah.
was watching that show when it went black. And the funny thing, and I've not brought this up to Homegrown Cowboy, but I think Jim has. Homegrown Cowboy had just come up on the panel, and in actuality, I believe it was him who was talking, and all of a sudden the screen went black. So, bye, Rainbow.
Bye. Thank you for stopping by.
We'll see you later on, love. Yeah, and that was my first time. See, because when I first went to Doug's channel to watch him live, that was my first catching anything live on YouTube. And so when Jim's screen went black, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, that was my first time witnessing a show being taken down, I guess, or stopped or whatever, flagged. So that was an experience. I was like, oh my God, what just happened? Type of it. Now I know. As soon as I see that black screen, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
This ain't good.
And this is very true, but see, not everybody gets to see this. He only shows this to certain people. And, that's the great thing about them. They don't need to show their nice side, because if they see any sign of weakness in them too, it's game over. So, but that is very true. They both have been very nice to me. So it was funny when my show was taken down. I saw the chat and then it said 0 on the top left. I'm like, wait a minute, why does it say 0? And I can see everybody in the chat. What's going on? And then that's when X hit the panel and he was like, I think somebody just shut you down. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. That show got shut down. I filed an appeal and I won the appeal and it got put back up. But I'm keeping it I'm not going to put it back public. So I was asked not to. So it's in StreamYard, but I won't put it back up.
Well, and I will say, like, personally for myself, my mom and I are natured. Well, my mom's passed, but natured very much the same. My dad used to refer to us as the ambulance chasers. Not that we would like go to the scene of an accident, but if there was something going on, whether it was positive or negative, but like a big hoopla kind of a thing, my mom and I are like, ooh, what's that? What's that? Like, we just like to see it, not so much get involved in it, but what's going on over there, type of a thing. So that's what my dad used to call us. But Jim and X have both stated from the get-go that this is a business for them. Mm-hmm. It's a business. So, and I think people often forget that. They make their decisions on what's good for business. Mm-hmm. So, and they are transparent. Mm-hmm. They are transparent. I'm not to say other people are not. I'm just saying, that is kind of what, kind of I gravitated towards them for, was their transparency. And Jim was funny as hell. Now, have I had my moments with them? Absolutely. And you've all witnessed them. So, I kind of look at them as like two annoying younger brothers, because I'm not old enough to be their mom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And two brothers I never really wanted.
Right. It's like, oh, Mom, why did you bring these two home? No,
what the hell?
I'm kidding. Can't we adopt them out? No, but they've said and done things, not specifically towards me, maybe other people that I don't agree with, and I let my opinion be known to them, and I keep it moving. They're certainly not retracting or watching their steps and their words because of anything I've ever said to them, so hey, and in the same line, they're not saying or doing things to others because of what I said to them. So there, it just, I guess they appeal to my ambulance chaser personality,
Yeah. The thing is though, what you see is what you get. The thing about Jim though is he doesn't stab you in the back; he stabs you in the front, meaning he'll let you know he's coming for you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, and another thing that I like about the two of them, even though they're always paired together,
Yeah.
is that they do have two different formats. So I can count on Jim when that ambulance chaser part of my personality is creeping out. But if I want something that's more relaxed, something that appeals to my serene nature, something that appeals more to my um intellect and liking to know other information, then I have X.
Yeah.
Because X and then news I enjoy because of things that X brings up. News, information. I'm learning a lot about the movie industry through him, and I find it interesting, very interesting. So, they appeal to my different sides,
Yeah.
and I like that. I like that they have that variety.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely two different personalities.
Oh
Jim
yeah.
is more wild and crazy, and X is more kind of laid back. And I can see why everybody would go to X when they have issues because they know that they're going to be talking to a brick wall if they try talking to Jim about anything. But yeah, they're definitely. That's why I was like, "Are you sure they're brothers?" I kept questioning that.
Well, and it doesn't hurt that X flexes for us every now and again. I mean, that's also kind of
Yeah, they were
that's
both.
that's appealing, Mr. X. We like that. Us ladies like that.
They
We
were.
now we want to see Jim oil up his arms and
I tried for his birthday thing, and he was like, "Nah, I got to keep it professional. I can't do that." And because the ladies in the chat were asking, so I was like, "Let me call in and ask him." He was like, "No, he's not doing that." So I tried.
he's not as tan as X probably, so it wouldn't come off as good.
Or
I
maybe
mean,
his arms aren't as big as X's, and he doesn't really want to embarrass himself. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I mean, you still want to see it. They look sexy from what I saw. So
I don't know that we ever seen Jim's arms.
I thought he had a little bit showing that night. I thought
Oh, okay.
with that top, that shirt he was wearing, I think like it was like a muscle type shirt that he was wearing. So I think that we saw a little bit of it yesterday. I mean, when he had his birthday live.
I'll tell you my all-time favorite show. Well, I have two, and I'm probably amongst the majority. X's Toe Show. Oh my God!
I am so mad because people have been telling me about it, and I cannot find that shit worth a damn. I
Oh, I'll
have
find it. I'll find it for you, and I'll text the link to it because it's on the OTT. Um, the other one, yeah, Texas Granny says the Toe Show was great. I mean, just the way. I think the funniest part for me was the way he was talking to his panel guests and the people in the chat. Like, you people are sick, but he was still drawing a face on his toe and whatnot. That was hysterical. I couldn't even freaking
So he
breathe.
had his whole toe. I mean, you got to explain that a little bit. How did it start? I mean, did he just take off his sock and show his toe? How
Well,
did
he had always stated up to that point, and even after, um, that he had really good looking feet. I don't even know how the discussion on his feet started, but I just remember shows prior to that he had good looking feet. And then that was like a marathon show for X. I mean, it was hours and hours long. I don't remember how many hours exactly, but it was a long show. And it was when they were still on YouTube. And I don't remember how the discussion started. Maybe somebody asked him to show his foot or something along the lines of that. And then we were looking at his big toe, and then he drew a face on his big, like on the bottom of his big toe. You know what I mean? And put his foot up so we could see. Oh my God! I'm telling you, I was rolling. My other favorite was when Jim went into this house that was supposed to have been haunted. He was there by himself walking around, and we were all, I mean, he did it live, and I was up on the panel for that one. Um, And he went to this one bedroom and opened up a closet door, and I think it was either a broom or a mop, fell out, scared the shit out of himself. And in the interim, X jumped and screamed. And he was up on panel. Oh my God. I laughed so damn hard. The two of them scaring themselves to death over a freaking broom or a mop or something. Oh my God. That was so funny. And then Jim was like, let me heat up my coffee. And he's in somebody's house. And he goes over to the microwave, opens it up, puts his coffee in. Like this is his best friend's home or his own home, or he don't even know these people from Adam and Eve, right? And he heats up his coffee, takes it out, puts it on the counter, and then starts trolling around the house again. Like he heat the damn coffee up and then left it sit there to get cold again. I was like, oh my God. This guy does not have the common sense that God gave him. And I said, Jim, go heat your coffee back up. Or no, I know what I said. He had heated his coffee up, and I'm like, Jim, drink your coffee. It's hot. Like, I was trying to remind him, like, you heated it up for a reason, that was a funny damn show. That was so funny. And such weird things happening. Like, the one bedroom that he went into, bed was made perfectly. And then he went back into that room, and you could see a spot on the bed where somebody sat down. And Jim did not sit down on that bed.
Oh, hell no. I'd have been out.
And I was like, oh, look at that. Look, like that's the ambulance chaser side of me. Like, oh, check that out. I mean, if it were me, I'd be scared out of my mind, but I'd still be looking at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd be sitting there trying to figure out how that butt mark got on the bed.
I probably would have too after I stopped screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, let's not get this wrong. I would definitely have somebody else there with me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that crap alone.
Oh, hell no.
I scare very easily, but then my intellect fights with my fear because it's like, oh, this is really frightening. I need to go. And then my intellect kicks in. It's like, no, wait a minute. Now, how'd that happen? And I'd be looking into trying to figure out how that got there. So those are my two favorite, I would think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely have to watch that because that sounds like fun. That sounds funny as fuck.
Now, how I'm sure you just told us this. This is how bad my mind is. How is it that you came to know about Jim and X?
From the haters, actually. I think I ran across the show, and I think it was Fumblefucker. I ran across his show, and he was talking shit about Jim, and so I was doing my research, and then another person came up, and I think that was Salty. So they were just dogging him out, saying this and that about him. So I'm like, he sounds very fascinating to me. I gravitate toward those kind of people, so let me do my research on him. So I did a lot of research on him, and that even fascinated me more. It wanted me to see what he was all about even more. And so that's how I found his YouTube channel. So I was actually a supporter for a long time, but it took me a while to actually drop down and say anything. I dropped down for the first time in Rumble. And Rainbow and Texas Granny were the first two people to say hi. And, I just found them I didn't find anything on X. So I just chopped that up as, him being guilty by association. So, that's how I found them. I find them very funny, very entertaining, and I didn't get any bad vibes from them. So that's how I ran across them.
Oh, and they were still on YouTube at the time.
Yes, I found his channel. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, one of these days when you have the day off and there isn't much going on, you need to go to the OTT. And you need to watch some of the back shows. I remember Jim's first show.
Ooh, that's right.
And the difference between the first time Jim came up to now is I mean, it's unbelievable. technologically better, content wise better. You know, I mean, Jim was really kind of feeling his way at first, which I'm sure everybody does when they start a channel, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
And it just so many changes between his first show and now. And X wasn't even up there for a bit. I mean, like for a little bit, we didn't see X until all of a sudden he started coming up as like a co-host, and then started his own YouTube channel, if memory serves me correctly. I mean, this was like 2 years ago, so I don't remember exactly everything, but you know, it just is amazing. And I know Jim would agree, like X's production value, oh, through the
Yeah.
roof, through
Yeah.
the roof. And
Yeah.
and he tends to um make it like each time X does something that technologically and production wise that changes the look of the show or the way things are run, it makes it better. I always think to myself, okay, it can't get any better than this, and then he surprises us and goes even a little further, you know, and it's like, wow. And that takes time, folks. What
Yeah.
I've done, of course, this is not going to come close to what X does production wise, but I have done things like PowerPoint presentations, and I've put together thumbnails for things, and that stuff takes time. And
Yeah.
it's not because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's very intricate, you know, and it takes time, and some things you have to do slowly in order to get it to look the way you want it to look,
Yeah. Yeah.
type of a deal. So, you know, just not that I think anybody is frustrated with him on any of his aspects of production, but just to remind people that stuff takes time. And of course, he also runs the email.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he's putting out the newsletter and he's responding to people who are emailing through the email to him, which I've done on occasion.
Yeah.
So, you know, just knowing that if he doesn't get back to people in a timely fashion, or if he just doesn't get back to you at all, just realize, you know, he's got a lot of balls in the air. He's juggling quite a few balls at the same time, plus his own career.
Yeah,
You
his
know,
own
and
personal life. Yeah, you know,
right.
I'm just like glad that I just decided to leave that part out altogether. So we were able to work out our differences. But yeah, they're great guys. I mean, when I first started on here, I was actually a subscriber because I've been on here for a while, and I would just see people just go live on their channels, and I would just be a chatter, and I'm like, well, that looks so easy. I think that I can do that. That looks so easy. So when I started doing it, there's a lot more to it than actually just hitting the live button and going live. There's a lot more to it. Once you go from a subscriber to a content creator, that's a big huge change. And you're going to have people coming for you, you're going to have people not liking you, and it's different. I found out the hard way that it's not as easy as it looks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I've never had my own channel. I mean, I think each of us has a channel, and I say that in quotes, when you sign up
Yeah.
for YouTube, but I never put anything on it or whatnot. So I can't even imagine all the different aspects of being a channel owner. But just some of the things that I have seen new channel owners struggle with in the beginning is enough for me. I'm just
Yeah. I
no,
think And there's a lot of people that think you need to have a topic when you go live, and then there's a lot of people who just like have the gift of gab. And I just like to, go live and just go with it and just change topics and just bounce around, and that way it's fun for everybody, talk about what people like to do and stuff like that. You don't always have to have a topic. I mean, it's good, it might help the flow a little bit better, but you don't always have to. And that's what I like about doing it.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up too, because that's another difference between Jim and X. I mean, X is very methodical. He has his list, and he's stated that on several occasions. He wants to talk about this, and you can tell he has it written down. And he'll even say during some shows, okay, talked about that. Like he'll say it out loud, and you can tell that list is right there. Not to say that Jim doesn't have a list. I think sometimes he does write down what he wants to talk about, and sometimes it's just in his mind. Excuse me for a moment. I'm getting a call.
Incoming voice call from
Let me
Jim Terry.
mute.
Okay, so yeah. I don't know why but it's interesting to hear about how you all ran across Jim and how you guys met them and stuff like that. So X was not always in the picture. See, I thought he was always in the picture. I guess I misunderstood that. Let's see, how much time do we have left? I mean, but both those men can definitely hold their own. So yeah, I asked him if he wanted you guys to hear our conversation. He said no. So I am so excited to be going back to work tomorrow, and we're gonna be back on my main channel tomorrow. Jim's just gonna have to get over using Restream until I can get back on StreamYard. For some reason, over there on my main channel, it pops up. I pay $44 a month for the StreamYard, and over here, if I pay for StreamYard, it's weekly. So I can definitely afford the $44 a month, because he asked me if I wanted him to send out robocalls, and I said no, because
Janelle,
yeah.
hang on for a second. I have somebody who would like to say hi. Go on.
Yeah, it's me.
Lord, hi.
Hey, listen, all you pukes at 1 o'clock Eastern, Jim Terry TV is live. We got a lot to get to today. 1 o'clock Eastern, obviously everybody's voting. But we got a lot to get to, a lot to talk about at 1 o'clock. We'll see all there. No Mr. X today. We're kind of trying to separate the two shows a little bit. He's traveling. But, hey, listen, I just wanted to let everybody know that that's going on. I've been trying to reach Gay Steve. He don't pick up his fucking phone. I want to know if he's heard from Terry.
He broke out.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Well, your audio cut for a second. I haven't heard from him either, so.
Yeah, something's going on, and then we're going to see if we can't get Bob on the program. But we'll see everybody over there at 1 o'clock.
All right, bye.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so he said that he's driving around right now.
That's what he told
he,
me.
he won't be able to come up on panel.
That's fine.
And we probably won't see him in the chat, but he is going to listen in. So
yeah, it's the same thing he told me. Okay, that's fine.
Now's a good time to say whatever we want to say to him, because he can't answer back.
I'll start. Jim, you're the biggest asshole I've ever met in my entire life.
Jim, we need to take you somewhere and get your attire adjusted. What do they call that when they take you to, like, a professional dresser or a professional? What did they call those people? The Texas grannies laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's stepping away. All right, Texas.
You don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna be here while they're talking shit about Jen. Mr. X, we love you.
Sometimes.
You're perfect. You don't need to change a thing.
No,
Yeah,
Jim, on the other hand, he needs a good spanking every once in a while.
Hey, Carol H is
Hi.
here. Hey, girl. Yeah, Taylor, but don't they have people that like you can go to a store? Of course, this is out of my price range, mind you. And they have people there that will help choose your wardrobe for you according to what they think you'll look best in.
For what?
Like rich people do this crap.
Oh, yeah.
The hell is that called?
I
See,
forgot.
that's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah. You're going to remember it when you're not thinking about it anymore. You're going to be like, oh, yeah. Hi, Carol.
Yeah, thank God for Google, because I'm telling you, I would drive myself insane.
Yeah. But yeah, he asked about the robocalls, and I told him no, because I don't want him to have to keep going back and forth. So we'll be back on my main channel tomorrow. We'll just keep the robocalls over there on my main channel.
Okay. Wardrobe stylist. There we
There
go.
you go. Yeah, no, because this is my backup, Carol. So I don't want the robocalls to go on my backup. He's got it set it up for my main channel. We'll just keep it there. He's just gonna have to get used to using Restream for right now. Say that again, Marzi.
It's a wardrobe stylist. That's what Jim needs.
Yes. Well, you don't think that Jim knows how to dress himself in the morning?
Oh, I'm sure he does. We just only ever see him in, well, we don't even see his pants, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Okay.
Like, I could envision Jim in a pair of, like, not tacky colored, but like a beige colored pants, like Dockers or something like that.
Mhm.
And like a polo shirt. Like, don't you think he'd look really
Yeah,
sexy?
like nerdy type clothes?
Not so much nerdy, but just, like I can envision him dressed like that. I think he would look sexy as shit that way.
Yeah, Jim, if you're listening, you should dress up that way for my birthday show on November 15th. I want to see
Preppy, yeah, preppy. That's it, Carol. Good.
Preppy. I said nerdy. Oh, okay, my bad.
Carol's my brain when my brain doesn't want to work. And X, I could see more in like
Nothing? Oh, I'm sorry.
more in dark colored pants
Mhm.
with like a button up shirt. I think he would look sexy that way.
He strikes me more as a tank top and shorts type and flip flops type of guy.
Oh, I think that's what he is normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he is normally.
Yeah.
But I can envision him that way. A couple of those buttons undone.
I want to see Jim in a wife beater shirt for my birthday. That's what I want for my birthday.
Oh, a wife beater shirt and a pair of shorts.
That's what I want. I don't want no money. I don't want nothing. I want to see him in a wife beater shirt and shorts. Jim, I hope you're taking notes on this. I'm not even kidding. Not even a little bit. That's what I want.
Well, let me just say to you, I wish you well in your endeavor. I'm not thinking it's going to happen, mind you.
Well, we'll see. He got me to do something crazy on his show. Now it's time for me to get him to do something crazy for my show. I mean, it's a two-way street here, buddy.
The only thing that I have been able to get Jim to do when he's on panel on camera is make the heart sign with his hands. Every now and again, either through message or chat, I'll say, Jim, send Marzi a heart. And I think you've all seen him just out of nowhere. He makes a little heart symbol with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I've ever been. He'll probably never do it again now that I've said that. But
But I think that the rest of the females in the chat would agree with me that we would like to see him in a wife beater shirt and shorts for my birthday. I mean, even if it's just for like a second.
Ain't
Just for the
nobody saying a
tease.
word.
Even with the tease. I'm okay with the tease, Jim. I don't know why I'm saying this because this is going to make his ego even bigger than it already is.
You see, and this is how well we all know Jim. Everybody knows if we all chime in and go, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I'd love to see that." He won't do it. So nobody's saying.
What I really would like to see, I know this ain't gonna happen. What I would like to see is Jim and X standing by side, showing off their muscles. That's what I was trying to get him to do on
That would be a
birthday.
great picture, wouldn't it?
I would like to see them side by side showing off their muscles.
That would, you know what? That's something that X needs to put down on his list of things to do. Is the next time that they're with each other, they should have Dr. Bailout take a picture of the two of them side by side, like profile, but looking at Dr. Bailout. Yeah, flexing, one arm flexing. That would be a great picture.
Yes, that would be amazing content for both their shows too, for XNN and for
Oh,
WWE.
you know, another one of my favorites is when, and they did such a good job with this, when they were advertising that X was going to take his mask off. Did you see that?
I heard about it, but I don't think I saw it. No.
Oh, girl, you need a binge day on the OTT. I stupidly bought into it, although that tells you how good X is with the production stuff and whatnot. And I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh my God, he's going to take his mask off. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. Then the mask comes off in a gym. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. I mean, that was just so good. You know, the way they built that up. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one who was like glued to the screen during that. That was unbelievable.
Do you not know what X looks like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think if people don't know what X looks like, they've been living under a rock gathering moss, okay?
It took me about 3 months to know what he actually looked like. So, yeah.
And you know, also, I try to respect people as much as, you know, possible.
Yeah.
And my thing is, even when I speak to him on the phone, I still refer to him as Mr. X.
Right.
You know, like it's a respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I just wouldn't do it any other way.
Right. Yeah.
You know, for the purposes of my communication with him, and we've not spoken on the phone often, a few times, but not often. My purpose of communicating with him via phone, it surrounds the OTT and their shows. So why would I not refer to him as who he is on the show?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie? His movie, what was it? Priest something?
The vampire movie. God, the name is escaping me.
I know. I just remember it being Priest something.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. I watched it on the OTT because at the time it wasn't on Tubi.
Okay.
And I didn't have Comcast Xfinity to watch it there. So thank you,
Yes,
Samurai Priest, Vampire Hunter. That's it. God, see, I tell you, Carol is my brain when my brain doesn't feel like working.
Yeah.
I watched it when X did the commentary show on the OTT. and I told him, and I told Jim as well, is that a movie I would pay to go out to a movie theater or pay a pay-per-view to watch? No. And the reason I say no is because I'm not into the gory
Oh,
genre.
thank you. I
Okay.
thought I was the only one because I saw it, and I mean, I stopped watching it after his scene ended because it was just like blood and gore at every scene. And I'm just like, I'm not into this blood and gore, and I'm not
Oh,
into.
well, and X knows because I was in the chat, and whenever something happened, I'd be typing in like "ew" and "oh," and so he knew. But I hung in there, and that's the only reason I would not. If I didn't know X, I would not have given that movie a second thought, just because that's not my genre. But
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
extremely well put together, knowing the backstory and how he had to combine, previous footage with current footage and current ways of doing things. And during that commentary show, he explained a lot about the process.
Oh, okay.
And that was unbelievably interesting to me. So I really enjoyed it as a whole. I really did. And he said, it's not for everybody, but still, I mean, you would not know certain aspects of how things got to look the way they did on the screen without that commentary show. That was really interesting. Really
Yeah.
interesting. And I wish him well. I hope he does extremely well with that and with that movie, and I wish him well in his future endeavors. I hope he's able to do another one soon. Any movie he does I will watch because, I know him, quote unquote, and I'm interested in what he does.
Yeah.
It's just the gory thing is not my.
Yeah, when he said it was like a vampire type movie, I was thinking somewhere along the lines of, I don't know if you guys remember the Twilight movies.
Oh yes.
I was thinking somewhere along that line. What I saw was way different from what I had envisioned in my head because I was thinking more along the lines of, romantic, and there was anything but.
Well, and I think, that's it's really good that you brought that up because I was just thinking the same thing. I think recent past vampire based movies, and like, wasn't there Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah.
That was a while back, but TV series were more romanticized.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not
right.
right. It was not that genre. It was the. And my daughter would watch that in a heartbeat. She loves like scary movies and gory movies and things like that, and so she would have watched it in a heartbeat. And I told her about it and that it's on Tubi. I just don't know if she's had an opportunity to see it yet.
Yeah.
And she would also watch it because of X, because it's X's movie. Because my granddaughter has a signed copy of his book.
Oh, okay.
So she knows, my daughter knows who Jim and X are, and so she would definitely watch it. And my daughter is like me in the sense that she'll watch these like really scary movies and scare the hell out of herself. And then she'd call me on the phone, and she's like in her 30s. Mom, I watched this, and I'm like, so what? You're gonna come pick me up so I can go back with you, sleep next to you in bed? Like, go watch it, But she can't help herself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I would watch like scary movies late at night, and I would like scream bloody murder, and my mom would come running in my room with a baseball bat thinking I was getting murdered. So, I mean, I just love scary movies.
I used to watch, I think it was a series, Paranormal. And I've talked about this guy, Lee, that I was with for 10 years. there was like nothing on TV, and we were flipping through, and I saw the commercial for it, and I was like, and of course, all in the commercial, all they're showing is, okay, all they're showing is like items floating around in somebody's kitchen or whatever, and my intellect just zoomed in, like, "Ooh, why is that happening?" type of a thing, you know. And so I said, "Then let's watch this. Let's watch it." We watched like 3 episodes of it. I was scared shitless. I could not fall asleep, and I got this guy next to me in bed, you know, who I'd been with for years. So, you know, one would think I could fall asleep knowing, you know, I'm safe. He's right there, you know. Nope, couldn't do it. Scared myself so bad I could not fall asleep. And he actually said, "That's it. That movie, that series is banned. You are not to watch it anymore." Because I kept him up most of the night. I mean, I wasn't intentionally waking him up, but, you know, I was on my computer. I was trying to read a book. I was doing anything to take my mind off of that.
Really? All right. Do you see the comment I just highlighted?
Keep the crowd. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be on my phone, so I'll listen. I'm just going outside. We have a no smoking in the house rule.
Well, there you go. There you go. Ooh, welcome to the Marcy Girl Show. No, I'm kidding. Oh, God. Oh, Carol's back. Glad you're back, love. Carol, I wanted to ask you, and now I have a chance to, any current artwork going on or recently finished? Would love to hear about that. By the way, just to let you people know, Carol has been kind enough to email me some pictures of her artwork. It is fabulous. And I tried to encourage her to share the pictures of it with you guys because you will all enjoy it. But she's not ready yet, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait until she is. She is very talented, and they're beautiful. So maybe she can let us know what's going on. Texas Granny's not back yet. Let's see who else is in here. I know I saw Farmer Fred earlier. And who was the other person I saw earlier? Who might still not be here. Cluckers was here, but she was on her way to work. So she's probably not here anymore. Captain Crime was here. Let's see if any of those folks are still kind of hanging out.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I want to give everybody.
Boy, that was a quick cigarette.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Am I that boring?
No, you're fine. I just didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I want to give you guys a quick update on my mom. So right now what we're doing is we're waiting for her death certificate to come in. And once our death certificate comes in, we're going to have we like to call homegoing for her in my backyard. And she wanted her ashes spread at a lake in the state of Washington. But until we can get out there, I'm going to keep her ashes. And they're going to make a little necklace for me and put some of the ashes in the necklace. And so that's the update on my mom. So we should be getting the death certificate probably within the next week or two, because I don't know how long it takes to get a death certificate. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to have a small little ceremony for her in the backyard. I'm debating on whether or not I should film that. I haven't decided if I do film that, I'll probably have to talk to Jim and see what he maybe put it on the OTT or something. Because I don't want that on YouTube, but I haven't really decided if I want to do that yet or not. What do you think?
You know, as much as I would love to be there in a sense, you know, like a live stream or even to watch it later on, because I would do it to support you. Apparently, I didn't know your mom. I would be cautious because we have to remember there are haters, quote unquote. I hate that word, but
Me too.
who are subscribed to the OTT. So no matter where you show it, it's going to get out on YouTube. And I mean, this is only my personal opinion. You take it or leave it. It's a highly personal moment for you and your family.
Yeah.
You know, now if you want to record it and save it for yourself so you can watch it, you know, a year or so down the road, that, you know, that I think that's a good thing, but I just would be cautious, very, very cautious about doing that. Oh, I don't know. Well, yeah, you could hear me when you went outside. Carol H is an artist, and she's practicing roses right now. Oh, they're gonna look pretty.
What do you mean? Are you like drawing the roses or something, Carol?
She paints.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes. We have a lot of artistic people in our community. A lot of artistic people. They just don't always tell us. You kind of have to get it from a sense of, you know. And I've seen pictures of Carol H's work, and it's beautiful. And I've not shared them with anybody, but I'm hoping one day she'll feel comfortable enough that Jim or X could share them on their show, or you.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah,
work needs
Jim,
to be
I
admired.
just sent you a picture of something that you asked about on Homegrown's panel, so check your phone. Yeah, I would show that. I mean, you know, it's been really rough, and that's why it's like it really hurts me to think that people would think that I would actually lie about, you know, my mom passing, because we were really close. I mean, we had a really very close bond. We did everything together, and you know, I would not never ever lie about something like that, and it just really blows my mind that people think that I would do that. But she lived 70 long years, and she had a good life, and you know, I am still trying to deal with it the best way I can. I just feel like it's not going to hit me again until, you know, we're actually having the homegoing for her in the backyard. You know, it's just been a rough road for me, then having to deal with all this stupid shit on YouTube. But it's actually kind of helped me because I haven't been working. So dealing with this stuff on YouTube and all that, even though it's stressful, it's actually been like a distraction for me, because it keeps me from like crying every 5 minutes about my mom, you know. And it was unexpected, you know. It's unexpected, and it was quick, but I think that she may have had it for a long time, and she just didn't tell us, because I looked up the cancer that she had, and the cancer that she had was survivable. All she needed was, and especially the stage that she was in, it was stage 3 colon cancer. And the research I've done for that states that all she would have needed was surgery and chemo, and she would have been able to, you know, survive a little bit longer than she did. So that's why I think she might have been a little bit further along, and she just didn't tell us for the longest time. But you know, it's hard to deal with, but you know, I'm getting through it the best way I can.
And you know what? I applaud you for how you're getting through it. It's rough, and the healthiest thing anyone can do when faced with a situation like that is to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
That is the healthiest thing you can do for your own mental health and well-being. Whether that be, you know, surrounding yourself with people who know you and knew your mom and being able to talk to them, or writing, or coming on YouTube and just, you know, having your shows and whatnot. It doesn't mean you're not missing her. It doesn't mean you didn't care about her and love her like you did. It just, this is your way in working through that process of grief.
Yeah.
You know?
Because now, I've actually lost two people because after my brother said all we share is the mother, I have no relationship with you. He was dead to me right then and there. Like my stepdad, he found a whole bunch of pictures of my mom and my family in Texas, and I went through them yesterday and I threw out all the pictures I had of my brother. I'm like, when he said that to me, he was dead to me. So not only did I lose a mother, but I lost a brother as well because the original plan was to go back with him, and he just bolted in the middle of the night. So that showed his true colors. I was hoping and praying that he would be willing to put, the anger that he feels inside toward my mother aside after her death, but he just wasn't really willing to let all that stuff go, and that was clear, and that's fine, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, my mom would have wanted me to keep going. She would have wanted me to be strong, and that's what I'm trying to do at this point. So going back to work and stuff like that, I'm gonna have a lot on my plate because I'm gonna try to find another job, and so I can get my own place. Then I'm gonna try to learn how to drive, and then I'm going to get my main channel monetized and try to get that going. So that's when I'm probably gonna need Jim's help with, because if he can help me out with that monetized channel, we'll have a discussion about that when the time comes closer, because it's because of him and his community that I'm able to monetize that channel. So
Janelle, I hate to interrupt, but you have a call. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Janelle, I don't understand the thing with your brother. I'd like to dive into that a little bit more. There's no way this guy just came into town, left in the middle of the night, and you didn't know there was any previous issues. Like,
that's not what I was saying.
This must go back a long way.
I have stated that, Jim. It does go back a long way. He never had a relationship with my mother. It was my hope that, because he always thought that my mom favored me.
Let me ask you this. Do you guys share a father? Because you said you guys both share a mom. You must have different dads, right?
We have different dads, yes.
Is his dad the guy you're living with?
No.
Okay, let me ask you this. Does that guy have any kids?
The one that I'm living with now? Yes.
Yeah. And those would be he didn't have those kids with your mom though, right?
No.
Okay. So just one day he thinks your mom favored. Why did he even show up in the town? I don't get it.
The original plan was for him to show up in town because he wanted to see my mother. He thought that our mother was still going to be alive. So it's because of our mother.
Because he had already purchased the tickets ahead of time.
Right. We didn't know that she was going to pass away that Friday. He made the ticket plans before she passed. We didn't know that she was going to pass on that Friday. It was a Friday night at 10:39.
Here's what I don't understand. In order for you to think you were going to go back with him, weeks and months leading up to it, you had to have conversations with him saying, hey, I'm going back with you. So a couple of months or weeks ago, he agreed that you should come back with him and stay with him. And then he changed his tune that night. It just doesn't seem like he would help set all this up and then just dip.
Yes, we agree. We had the discussion with me, my mom, and him on the telephone, and she had told him that if anything were to ever happen to her, she wanted us to stay together. So he told my mom that he would look after me after she passed, and then when he made the flight plans to come out here, she was still alive. We were not expecting her to pass that quickly. She actually passed that Friday, and he just was here on Wednesday night. So I guess I'm thinking that maybe all with being here and talking about her and me planning on going back with him, I'm thinking that all the childhood memories that he had of her, because they didn't have a good relationship in the beginning. And
to me, it sounds like he only said you could come back with him to appease your mom on the phone. I don't think he ever was going to have you come back with him. He just said that because your mom was on the phone, right? Does that sound more realistic?
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Let me ask you this. Why don't we call him live on Jim Terry TV today behind the paywall and see what his fucking problem is?
I mean, we can try, but I deleted his phone number, but we can try.
Yeah, and never throw away pictures. Even if you hate somebody, and like I got chicks I dated, I still got all their pictures. I got every picture, not necessarily on my phone, but you know what I mean? I don't throw away pictures because your mom could have been in those pictures too. But that's a little weird. So is he married and got kids, your brother?
So he was married, and he has 4 nieces and 1 nephew. And then the oldest niece, his oldest daughter, was actually has the same birthday as mine. And he doesn't have a relationship with his oldest daughter because she came out as being gay. So he wants nothing to do with her. And that's one of the reasons why
Is she a hot gay chick, or does she look like a dude?
just like a younger version of me.
Okay, I can understand that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Now, you sent me your is that your high school diploma?
Yes.
Wow. Now, why would Leanne and Watcher of Crazy and all those fucking haters act like you didn't even get out of 5th grade? Twin mama, all them. Because let's be honest, they're all sharing the same bullshit. You know what I mean? They're all sharing the same shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I wanted to send that to you. I don't lie, Jim. I've never lied to you about anything. So.
Well, you lied to us about that Freddie jail, and you lied about. Yeah, I mean, you did lie about stuff.
Well, yeah, but that was 2 years, 2.5 years ago, Jim. I'm talking about recent.
But you can't say I've never lied when you've lied, even if it was 2 years ago. You have to say I haven't lied in 2 years. You know what I mean? That's kind of where people try to trip you up. But this makes more sense now. So when you saw your brother, he got up and left in the middle of the night. Did you say, "Hey, where are you going?" And he says, "You're not coming with me. I'm done." Like, take me through that. What happened?
Okay, so he got here at 6:30 Wednesday night. That was when you had your birthday show. That's why I told you guys I didn't know if I was going to make it. It was 6:30. My aunt and my uncle were here, and they had the discussion. We had the discussion again with him. I was already packed up. And ready to go. And so we had that discussion, and then he says to my stepdad, myself, and my aunt and uncle, I think I changed my mind because we always share as a mother. We don't have a real relationship, and I have issues I have going on in my life as well. And then he proceeds to tell us about how my ex-sister-in-law used to cheat on him and stuff like that, and he was just bad-mouthing her all day long. And then once he said, always shares a mother, we don't have a relationship, I just went back upstairs, and that's when I called into the show. But the next morning, I get a text from him at 4:00 when I woke up, stating that it was too much stress for him to deal with. He said he's not in a position to help right now. He said maybe in the future or later on he could, but he's just too stressed out.
Yeah,
I asked him.
I mean, you can kind of understand his point a little bit, right? And good thing he was honest. You know what I mean? If he would have been like, yeah, and you would have got all the way to Texas and it was terrible. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe he made the right decision. What do you think?
After everything is said and done, yes, because that means that I get to stay in Vegas. I never really wanted to leave Vegas anyway, but I was just.
The guy I feel sorry for is your stepdad, though, because technically that's not your dad. You know what I mean? He kind of gets stuck with this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody, he just lost his wife. Now, let me ask you this. Not to be insensitive, but you guys see any money out of this? I mean, did your mom have a life savings or an insurance policy? Or, I mean, she passed away. It's been over a week. She's going to be cremated, so that's not very expensive. You're going to get a couple of G's or what?
That I don't know yet. I haven't had that discussion with my stepdad yet.
Well, I mean, I would fucking ask him immediately. I mean, that's, you need to know. I mean, there's got to be a will. She knew she was going to pass away. I mean, you don't need that guy stealing from you. I mean, she might have left you $20,000. No. Of course, he's the husband. They were legally married, right?
Yeah, and they were friends for 10 years, and then they were married for 35.
Wow. Where's your biological dad at?
I don't know. I never had a relationship with him.
Have you ever met him?
And last time I seen him was maybe 12 to 13 years ago.
And what's his story? Is he some kind of drug addict or something in prison, like most of these assholes, or what?
No, his story is that when he found out that I was a sickly child, he didn't want to be bothered with that. So he just said, he dumped all the issues on my mom. So my mom ended up becoming a single parent. He didn't want to deal with a sickly
What's wrong
child.
with you? What did you have? Why were you sickly? Were you
I
like
was born with a
or what?
I was born with a hole in my heart. I have a heart condition.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, who wants to be strapped down with that bullshit, especially in Vegas?
Jeez.
If I had some kid born all fucked up, I mean, there's football games on, there's whores, there's strip club. You don't want to be tied down with some fucked up kid.
But Jim, didn't your dad throw his arms around your brother who has a hole in his back?
No, he was left at the hospital, and at like age 8, he showed up.
You're such an ass, Jim.
He is. He is such an ass. Any more questions, Jim? Oh, we hung up. God. So I'm sorry to have interrupted you, Janelle. When he calls.
No, that's fine.
You know how he is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so used to it. He does not bother me at all. If he bothered me, if I didn't have thick skin, I would not be around Jim Terry. He does not bother me.
Well, I was just, while he was asking you 1,000,001 questions, pardon me, by the way, I heard you already discuss these things on your show.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking through some of the headlines concerning the election.
Mm-hmm.
Now, evidently, this harkens back to what Rainbow Melon was saying. Here in Pennsylvania, in Bedford County, which is not my county, by the way, there are issues with the vote counting machines.
Oh, wow.
Now, people can still vote. It's not on that end. It's on the end where, they're counting the votes. So they're addressing that right now. Wisconsin said everything's going well there. Now, apparently, there have been some claims going around, some rumors that there is some issues going on with voting due to other countries like Russia and so forth. And there have not been, none of these claims are credible. There's no evidence that a country outside of ours or even somewhere in our country is messing with voting going. I'm guessing they're talking about the electronic version of voting. So
I can see why a lot of people like to do the paper voting, because they can't really mess with the paper voting that much, can they?
Well, when you're actually voting, I would think no, that they can't mess with when you're actually voting. But I just remember, and I can't remember which election it was, but there was an election where a lot of the paper votes were not thrown away, but they weren't counted. I think they were kind of like squirreled away somewhere. And so they weren't even like in wherever they were supposed to be counted. So you can mess with them that way.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go up front and turn my camera on for a second because there's something that I gotta show.
Sure. And I just wanted to comment on you and your brother. I agree with Jim. Don't throw any pictures away.
Well, it's too late. I already did.
Oh, well, don't throw any future ones away. Keep them. If you come across them, just keep them. You never know. is my point. And you had stated that there were issues with your brother to begin with because he
Mhm.
felt like your mother favored you over him. Um,
Do you see that?
Hang on, I gotta look at the StreamYard one. Oh yes, your
You see it
diploma.
there? Yes, because the haters seem to think that I did not graduate high school, so I just wanted to show my high school diploma. It is right there in black and
There you
white.
go.
And that's where I graduated high school from. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
So there.
Yep. So what I was saying is, okay, so your relationship with him was strained to begin with, but
Yes.
it may be more so now because of the loss of your mom. And give him time to work through like you're working through things yourself. Give him that same amount of time, to work through his issues right now. And he may turn around one day and say, listen, I know we didn't have a very close relationship growing up and young adults, but I want to fix that. You never know, is what I'm saying. You never know. Hey,
Yeah.
Rainbow Melon's back.
Yay, the link is pinned. I have been on for over 2 hours. So with that is, I'm just worried that because I had my hopes up the second time, I thought that he would be willing to, put everything aside. And by the way, when he was telling, I am really close with my ex-sister-in-law. She's the mother of my 4 nieces and nephew. So we are really close. When he left, I immediately called her the next morning and I told her what was being said and what he said about her. And she told me that she was begging him not to come out here. And she said that, during the whole entire marriage, because he never flew out here to see my mom, to see me. He never flew out here. And she said that her and her family were encouraging him to fly out here and just to maintain a relationship. But, he never did. So I was talking to her and she was telling me, well, these are the reasons why, we split. And I told him what he said about her cheating on him. And she said that was not true. She said the reason why she left him was because he was verbally abusive towards her and because of the oldest daughter coming out as being a lesbian. He wants nothing to do with her. And she's tried many times to have a relationship with him. He wants nothing to do with her because she's a lesbian. That's the oldest daughter. That's my oldest.
Real quick, Carol H is heading out to the doctor, so she said goodbye to you.
Bye.
And you know what? That's another variable.
Yeah.
Here, Carol.
Oh, we have a robocall
Yeah.
coming in. Let's see what it says.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Terry TV on the Roku streaming platform and on JimTerryTV.com. We are live at 105 Eastern. Just a reminder, we debut the new Cash App, Jim Terry TV. On Cash App, Jim Terry TV. That much more. We'll see you all over there at 105 Eastern. See you there.
You know what would be a good promo for that? Him talking about his new Cash App. He need to do a picture and stamp it on his forehead. And that would be a new one that he can promote instead of this fucking hot dog for 2 damn years plus. Let's change it up. Stamp that shit on your forehead and make that an avatar, Jimmy boy. And then you'll have something going.
Oh shit. That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of my life. So people have been questioning why he hasn't been doing robocalls on my shows. Is because I've told him not to. I just rather keep them over on my main channel. I don't want to keep going live on here. I want to go back to my main channel and get that work back up and stuff. So I don't want him to have to keep switching back and forth. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, Janelle, my hope for you, because it does happen as we age, we start to see things a little more clearly, or we start to know in our heart what we truly want. And my hope for you is that your brother one day will look at himself in the mirror and say, you know what? I mean, this is my sister, and I need to, you know, rectify this as much as I can. You
Yeah.
know, so you know, we'll just all keep good thoughts and prayers for you guys. It's you right now. You're very hurt, which is completely understandable because it wasn't a really solid relationship to begin with. Plus, you're dealing with the loss of your mother, and then having your hat kind of hung on going to Texas, and that was just yanked right out
Yeah.
from underneath you. There's no other way to put that.
Right.
So, you know, you've got a lot of reasons why you'd be upset with him right now. You
Who's
know,
older? Who's older, you or your brother?
My brother, he's 4 years older than I am.
Oh,
So I'm 46 and he's 50.
okay. It's not a big stretch. Ain't like y'all 10 years apart.
No, not really. Not really. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just
He
that's
might
just
come around. Hey, you
that.
talking about what happened to you and your brother when he just said goodbye and said, fuck that Texas stuff. I don't want
Yeah,
you coming.
yeah.
Yeah, let him be in here. Let him wallow. He might be going through his own shit right now. Like,
yeah,
I remember you saying something about it. It was like,
Hmm.
let that be for a while and just let it. He might come back.
Yeah, I won't hold my breath on that though, because I'm not going to keep getting my hopes up about stuff and then having them just dashed away. I mean, that's just too hard.
Yeah. Well, don't hope. Just live your life. Make it a great life for yourself and find the happy in your life. You can't make everybody else be happy for you. You gotta be happy for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying? They come around, they do, they don't. Oh well, that's their loss.
yeah, that's what I said. That's why I'm just like when my stepdad found a whole bunch of family pictures I didn't know my mom had, and I was going through them, and I was just telling Marzi and Jim that I just threw away all the pictures that I had with my brother in them because I just don't want.
No, you did. Okay, look, I can see you do maybe a couple, you know, but don't do that because you
still
gonna have some
have
age comes wisdom. Age comes wisdom. You get older, you get a little bit more wisdom, and then you're gonna have regret. Save one picture, hide that bit, put it in the book, put it on one of them character books, throw his picture in there, and let it stay in there for a while. And don't, if you want to burn the other ones, I mean, don't go ahead, but don't burn all of them. You gotta at least have one. You gotta at least have one.
Okay.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay. All right. You're right. Yeah, and then Jim
That's
was.
part of your mother too. You know what I mean? You gotta respect that part of your mother. Like, you know, when you're a mother, you love your children unconditionally. Give her at least that part too. That'll honor your mother a little bit better too. Because
Well,
you know you keeping something about her as well. Because your mother gave birth to him.
I didn't even think about that. That didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm telling
like I
you.
said, you know, you're trying to deal with the loss of your mother, you know, as well as um, an opportunity for you being taken away without your knowledge, even. So, you know, I wouldn't even think that that would cross your mind. You'd be so angry with him, you would do whatever it is, you know, you felt you needed to do to express that anger. And unfortunately, it was the throwing away of, you know, any pictures of him in it. So, you know, we're hoping that at this point, any other future pictures that come up, just hang on to them, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
I hope you at least got one left.
I'll have to go through them because I didn't go through all of
Okay,
them.
good. You wasn't that angry now. You just venting a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a right to vent.
I
But
understand. I understand. Them
yeah,
siblings, man, they're a trip, man. I got some siblings of my own, and they a fucking hot mess. You
yeah,
know, sometimes you gotta block them. Sometimes you gotta be like, I can't deal with that. You
yeah,
just crazy right now. They want to fight each other in family. You don't want to be part of it. They just do silly stuff. They're siblings. You know, you're gonna go through that mess.
yeah,
It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. You'll be all right.
yeah. I mean, I'm getting through it the best way I can. I think it's not going to hit me again until we have the home going. Oh, somebody has background.
That was not me
Me either.
because I thought,
Yeah, Did you guys hear a ring? No, I think that was my phone. I was trying to block it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you hear Jim calling Rainbow Melon, asking me 100 questions?
No, I didn't hear that part. I stepped away for a little bit. What happened? He come
Oh,
on
he just
panel yet?
No, he said that he's traveling, so he can't hit the panel right now, but he's been calling in a few times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just asking questions about my family and my brother and stuff like that. So,
No, he trying to find some dirt because them heifers. Let me roll that back. Them women are trying to find dirt on you, so maybe he trying to be the first one to get it, so he can just check it out, smack it up, and they can all shut the fuck up, and they can all come back. Everybody go back to laughing, having a good time, laughing at Jim's dumb shit, and we can just carry on with life. Let's just get through this dumb shit, okay?
yeah, well,
I think it's your initiation. This is your initiation, Janelle. You're being initialized into the bullshit.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make a pot of coffee.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I call it hazing. So Jim was questioning me about my. Yeah, I'm getting hazed into the Jim Terry TV community. It's all good. But Jim was asking me about my high school diploma because apparently the haters have been saying I never graduated high school. So I just sent him a picture of my high school diploma and I just shared it on my channel.
They say that because you have a soft voice or something. Is that what that is? And maybe you don't step in the same rhythm as them. I mean, you're different. I mean, you guys need to embrace people on here. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody ain't the same duck. Everybody don't walk the same like a duck. Just stop being assholes and learn how to deal with people that are different than you. Maybe you might learn something. You might learn something.
Yeah. So I just can't wait until the next new person comes into the Jim Terry TV community. So now it'll be their turn to be hazed into the shit.
Well, somebody called you nasty butt because you pooed it one time.
Yeah, I farted on live stream.
It's like the bitches don't fart. Y'all fart all the time. Don't try it. Probably fuck before you came on panel. I mean, who fuck? Nobody sniffing behind your ass. She tooted you. Get the fuck over it. Everybody fart. I mean, just don't do it when I'm on here, girl, because I don't know. I talked to you again.
I don't know if I can make any promises. Yeah, but I'm known as the fart lady now. I mean, I've been called they call me the fart lady.
Shit lady, right? They ain't call you the shit lady or the piss lady. Can you imagine pissing on yourself nonstop? They can't stop ever.
Oh my god, that would be so embarrassing. As a matter of fact,
piss. Thank you very much.
Oh, as a matter of fact, because I know that he's listening, this one is just for him. Hold on.
Chuck the cheese. It's all the people that don't fart. Let's all pretend we all don't fart.
Lordy.
Stick a tag.
That is for you, Jim.
What the hell did I just walk
A bunch of shit. Mushy kind.
All that shit
My stomach's hurting. I'm sorry. I just had to let it go.
I can smell that.
How does Steve?
Damn.
He's the person. Remember, hey, don't somebody have a name cottage cheese? Where they at? Don't they come over here at Blue Moon?
I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a bad tummy ache. I just had to let it go. I just couldn't hold it no more.
You got some aftermath in your pants. Yeah,
right before his show starts, I'm gonna check my pants and make sure I didn't cut myself.
Oh my lordy!
I'm amongst my own people. I should be able to let it go when I have to, and I did just that.
Well,
that ain't black. What is that? Is that white? Is that black or white? What is that? What kind of color is that? Can we colorize that that excessive farting to some category of race?
I think we would be lean more toward the black.
You know what the funniest thing about this is that we're sitting here laughing our asses off, but you damn well know if that person was in the room with any one of us, we would be like, oh, we would actually stage
I
left.
ain't never farted that bad in my life. Never. Not even 1/4 quarter of anything or even an inch of that. Never.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Gosh.
Shit. My insights have never been that bad.
I've never
If you fart that way all the time, you need to go to a doctor because something is not right there. It's not right.
I was trying to make it silent as possible, but the more
So has anybody ever pissed on themselves? Listen, yo. Anybody ever pissed on themselves? Anybody ever pissed on themselves?
Oh yeah,
no.
just a little,
Yeah.
not a whole bunch.
You notice
Yeah, I did a tinkle once. We was traveling. I did a tinkle on myself. I couldn't hold it no fucking more. And I'm so weird about pulling my pants down in public. You know, I've done it before, but you know, at certain times you be like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And we was trying to find a bathroom. We were out in the country somewhere. And I was like, it was miserable. I couldn't hold it. I tinkled on myself. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. I don't know how anybody could piss on themselves fully. We had somebody do that at work once, a guy.
Really?
He pissed on the line, man. We were on the line. He had some kind of, he wouldn't ask nobody to go to the bathroom. He literally pissed on his pants. I started doing it. And we're talking about somebody in his 50s. Man, it's like, dude, all you have to do is ask somebody to relieve you from your fucking job. I didn't know what that was up with that. That was weird. Everybody was calling piss boy. And we at work and we grown ups and people are smirking and saying he calling him piss boy.
Oh. You know, sometimes when you have to go, you just have to go. You can't make it to the bathroom. Then what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, but he could have got relieved. That we couldn't figure out why he did that. I think at the time the company was changing hands with somebody else, and they were acting all strict, and it scared a lot of people because we've changed hands plenty of times where I work. The different names to be bought out by somebody, you know, and it was very weird times, and people just doing stuff. And I think he just too scared to ask to go to the bathroom. That's kind of fucked up being in an environment like that when you can't ask to go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was this a guy? I mean, most guys aren't shy. They'll just whip their dicks out and piss if they got to go that badly. So why didn't you do that?
I don't know, because at the time, I remember at the time when they were changing hands, they were acting really, really corporate in there, like really up their ass on you. You couldn't have this, that, threatening people's jobs. It was the Italians coming in there. They were making us wear uniforms. And it was a weird time. I think some people got scared because there would be some TLs. TLs would be running the team. They call them TLs. And they'd be like, we can't cover you. We can't cover you. And they were acting ridiculous. They can cover them. They just didn't want to. You know, it was just a weird time. So I think this guy was just too nervous. He got scared about the environment he was in and just pissed on himself.
That's possible.
Yeah, that is possible. I remember that one time we were on a road trip going to Texas and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And my mom was like, do you need to use the bathroom? I said, no, I'm good. And then she goes, are you sure? Because the next bus stop isn't for another 80 miles. I said, no, I'm good. But like not even 20 minutes in, I had to go so bad. And I was like, she goes, well, do you want us to pull over? I said, I don't want to pull my pants down in the middle of the desert and have a snake bite my ass. I don't have the snake bite my ass. And she goes, oh, shut up and just get out. So I went out and I came back in the car. My dad was like, well, damn, how badly did you have to go? He said I was out for a long time. That taught my ass at every single I'm going to stop and go. No, even if I don't have to, I will force myself to go. I learned a very, very valuable lesson. Why? Because in the stop that she was talking about, guess what? The bathrooms were out of service.
Oh.
You know, them bathrooms scare me. When you go to public parks and all that, it kind of scare me. They'll be looking all dark And I be thinking there's a fucking, R up in there, some creepy dude wanna, have his way. I just can't go in them dark ass bathrooms, man. I
Oh,
can't.
yeah. My mom always goes in there because I don't know if you guys seen Candyman, but it always reminds me of that Candyman movie. So I'm petrified. Even in the middle of the afternoon, I'd have my mom go in there with me. I'm not going in there by myself. There ain't no way.
Yeah, I'll carry a porta potty or something to piss in. I'm sorry. I carry that in my car. I can't, not in the dark. It'll be looking too dark and you by yourself. Even if you with somebody and they standing outside kind of guard, it's still a little intimidating going in them dark ass
Oh
stalls.
yeah. Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I can't do it, man. I'd rather just piss somewhere on the side or something I'm bringing into my car like my little porta potty. I'll piss and shit in that, whatever I got to do.
I didn't know that you could buy
Keeping it real.
personal porta potty. I didn't know that.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
yeah. I put one in there.
Buy yourself a big old can of coffee. Use those coffee grinds and enjoy your coffee. And when it's empty, throw that shit in the trunk of your car so that if you got to go and there ain't a bathroom around, you find a secluded spot, take that can out the back of your car and piss in it. You can do that in the car. You can do that in the car. And then just go ahead and dump
That'd be
it
a
out.
nice scent, coffee piss. Nice scent.
Thankfully, my mom was smart and she kept like hand wipes with her. She kept toilet
Yep.
tissue. So after I went pee,
Yep.
she gave me a couple of sanitizer and I just washed my hands and stuff with that.
When I had my car, I had the wet wipes, I had a roll of toilet paper, I had a box of tissues, I had grocery bags just in case somebody was going to throw up. I had 3 kids. So, you never could tell what one of them was going to come up against. I had a can in my car. Yep. Just in case.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared, man. You gotta have the stuff in your car. You never know, be pulled over, stranded. I got a first aid kit in my car. I got the jumpers in that.
Yep.
I got a few things that be like, hey, something happened to me because I've been stranded a few times. I learned some lessons. Trust me.
Oh, and if you're feeling nauseous and you're in a car and you're not car sick, because some people are, genuinely car sick. Just, got a sour stomach going on. One of your kids has one. The best thing they can do is suck on the mint. So you can have just, a container of peppermints in the car. That's always a good thing. You suck on the mint. That helps settle your stomach, at least until you get somewhere that if you are going to get sick, you can get sick. But yeah, that helps. I had them too. Oh yeah.
You gotta prepare when your mommy.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. All this bathroom talks make me go to the bathroom.
Oh my.
I was gonna say, when her mother kept asking her if she wanted to use the restrooms, that probably made her want to go. You know what I mean? Like you put
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, she had to go. Lord. So I'm trying.
Margie, the leaves are falling.
Yeah, same here.
I love the color of the leaves. I love the different fall colors, but I don't like the snow. I don't know. Do you have snow where you're at?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't like it. They can keep snow. I don't want to see it.
I'm kind of back and forth on it. I didn't have a problem driving in it, but then again, every vehicle I owned was 4-wheel drive. So
yeah, you got to have that.
Where I live, we're generally not known for huge amounts of snow. So if it snows like 6 inches overnight, our roads are pretty clear. I mean, not down to the asphalt, mind you, but they've been out there all night working on them. So I'm very lucky. I live in a good area like that. We have had our blizzards in this area, and in that case, I'm not going anywhere anyway. You know, I pay attention to the weather in the wintertime so that I can get to the store and get what I need and not even worry about doing nothing but starting the car up just to warm it up and turn it off. So, and I like watching snowfall, and I like how pretty it looks outside after it snows. You know,
Yeah, I
so
just like to look at it too. But I think for me right now, I think I liked it better when I was a kid. Like Christmas Day, I can take Christmas Day with snow. And after
yeah.
that, I can get the hell on. I'm just Christmas Day, I can look at snow falling because I'm off. And I like how it looks too. Like you said, that's a good visual. But
Yeah.
after that, like the shoveling part, the walking in it, I like my boots and stuff. I got some cute boots for winter, but you know, it's just like
I got
I
my
could take it or leave it. I'd rather more leave it.
I'm jealous of the both of you because you guys get snow. It snowed once here, and the minute I ran outside to see it, it was gone.
yeah,
I
yeah.
called
Uh,
my mom a liar. I was like, "Mom, you're lying." She was like, "No, no, there's
no.
snow."
Wah,
When
wah.
when I was out teaching out in the schools, the first part of my career out in the schools, we could see because it was a regular classroom. So you got all the windows and whatnot, and we could see the snow. And my aide, she was my aide for both classrooms I taught in. Her job was to keep an eye on how much it was snowing. Was it sticking? You know, did she think we were going to get early dismissal type of things? The second classroom, we were in the basement of the building, so we didn't have any windows. So her job was once an hour, she had to walk upstairs and look outside and, and see what was going on. Our teachers are worse than the kids, I think, when it comes to that.
I
Yeah.
always wanted to teach kindergartners. That was always my goal. I don't know why I never really went down that path, but once I realized I wasn't going to be able to get into the military and then get into like police work because of my heart condition, that was my second job that I wanted to do as a career, was be a kindergarten teacher. Because at least with kindergartners, you don't really have to worry too much about getting shot and killed if you don't pass the student, and like you do in high school and stuff like that. So,
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. However, I'll tell you what, I've taught all grades and
mhm.
special ed except for kindergarten. And not because I didn't want to, it just never, the opportunity never arose. My hat is off to kindergarten teachers. These men and women who teach that young age, they'll drive you up a wall. You know, you got to figure, well, nowadays, maybe not so much, but back when my kids were little, the majority of these kids didn't go out to a daycare or any kind of a school setting. This was their first time, and they act like they had no idea what's right, what's wrong, how to be respectful. They run around like little demons. So I don't know how these teachers manage to get them situated and learning. My hat is so off to them. By the
Yeah.
time they hit first grade, they had been in kindergarten, so they have an idea of this is your desk, you have to keep it neat, this is where you sit. When the teacher's talking, it's time to be quiet. When the teacher says it's time for you to get a book and read on the rug, you read, you don't chat. Like they're starting to get it by first grade. Kindergarten got a bunch of wild animals. Wild animals.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to take you guys on a tour of my house so you guys can see where I live. I think
Oh, yay.
you want to
Oh,
see
Jim is going to regret not being on.
and you want to see a tour of my house?
Yes, why not?
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
I have to take my laptop with me, so I am upstairs. I'll even show you guys. I don't know if you were around when I stuck my hand down the toilet. I'll show you guys what bathroom it was on and in. It was upstairs and downstairs. Okay, hang on. My hair's not all that great, so
Getting this.
yeah, let me put myself up so I can make myself bigger. Okay, there we go. All right, so we are going on a tour of my house.
Okay.
Here we go. You guys see? So this is my dad's man cave.
Oh, every man should have one.
Yeah.
Where are the babes at? He ain't got no hot chicks hanging nowhere.
Not
Ain't
yet.
that how men have it? Ain't
Not
that how
yet.
men have it? That's their little cave. They have little hot chicks some fucking where.
I
Yeah.
like the fact that he had a calendar hanging.
Yeah, something.
So this is the bathroom where I stuck my hand down the toilet. You guys see it?
Oh, flush.
Oh, the infamous toilet.
All the toilet paper too. Ain't nobody in a hurry to get no. They ain't out of toilet paper.
This is just the hallway from upstairs.
Okay.
Oh,
Look
this
kind of
is-
cozy right there.
Nice area, nice place to read a book.
Yeah, cozy.
This is the room that my brother stayed in.
That's a nice room.
Yes.
Like that bedspread.
Yeah, my mom.
It looked kind of dark in there.
And then this is just another room in the house. So I guess you could just say this would be like the movie room or something if you like want to watch a movie. Or
Man,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's comfortable. Hey, I like comfort.
something. Yeah, and that's
movie
a little dream catcher.
Love it.
And another
What kind of
one.
dreams that thing's catching? What kind of dreams is that?
It's supposed to bring you good luck. My mom.
Rainbow melon
Yeah.
dreams. I've had all different colors in it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take you down. So we're going downstairs now.
Going down, first
Yeah.
floor, ladies' lingerie.
This
Oh,
is
shit.
room.
That's where the party at.
There
Yes.
we go.
This
Where
is
it all
the room.
happens.
Oh,
Nice.
That's jazzy in there. I like that. I like the colors. I like the
Beautiful.
scheme. Hey, cozy.
A lot of space too. A lot of space.
Yes,
Oh,
now I'll show you the backyard where we're gonna have my mom's homegoing at.
that's a cute kitchen too. I like the open.
Who did all the maintaining of the house? Your mom? Your mom maintained the house, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
She did a
So
great job, man.
Thank you. Can you see the backyard?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, this is where her homegoing is gonna be in the backyard.
That's a
So
nice
that's
spot.
great. Yeah, it's a pretty nice neighborhood for the most part.
You got a little privacy too. I like privacy. I can't stand all that, looking over my shit.
So
I
that's
know
Being real.
This is going to sound highly stupid, but I was surprised to see the tree and the flowers. I think in Nevada, like, what the hell grows in Nevada? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But apparently,
What kind of meals y'all be cooking in there? You be having Thanksgiving in there, Christmas dinner in there. What y'all be doing in there?
Actually, we have Christmas and Thanksgiving at my mom's house. So this
Okay.
is a freezer. I don't know if you guys. That's the kind of stuff that we eat.
That's
Now, what's your favorite go-to? What you go to when you first open it? What you try to grab first?
Eggs. I love sausage and eggs. This is the refrigerator.
Yeah, show the fridge. That's what Jim likes to see.
You got no cookies in there? Where the cookies at? Ain't no
You
cookies?
don't see cookies in the refrigerator.
Oh,
Here's
I'm weird.
No.
I guess.
So that's where we keep some of the snacks. And then here's some more stuff that we have.
Laundry room.
Oh, this is more our box stuff.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Okay, and this was Jim's favorite, I think, was the garage, but this is our pantry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not really all that organized, but it's my pantry.
Well, as long as you
What's your go-to chip? What's your go-to chips in there? I ain't seen no chip.
My go-to chips would be.
They're out. That's why. That's why they're go-to.
You see that?
Oh, Lay's.
What is that? Oh, barbecue.
Yeah.
This one, or no, that's my dad. Or this.
You know, you and I are very similar in a lot of things.
So that
I like the sweet barbecue. I like a little sweet and a little tang in my chips.
Yeah, I'll show
I
you
never
the
had
inside of the
those.
garage. So this is, we're getting everything cleaned up right now. So this is what my garage looks like.
It's not bad. There are worse garages out there.
So this
Where's
is
the
what
exercise equipment? You got no exercise equipment in there? Everybody got their damn exercise equipment in the garage.
well,
There
this
it
was
is.
actually in the living room. They just moved it to the garage, and then this was my mom's.
Yeah, ain't nobody using it.
Yeah, that was my mom's walker. So I don't think
You
I think
know,
she used that once. I'll show you guys that.
Clothes holder.
I mean, I hate to say stuff like this so soon after your mom passed, but if you have equipment like that was hers, you can sell that stuff. I mean, you're not going to get a whole hell of a lot, but there are families who are out there who don't have the medical insurance to get something like that for a loved one,
Really?
and they can't afford to pay full price out of pocket. So
So
if
this.
you try and sell something like that, like your mom's walker,
Mhm.
somebody will snatch that right on up,
Oh,
and you
and this was
have a
my
few
mom's
bucks on your
car.
hands. Oh, that's mom's car?
That was my mom's car. Yes,
Damn, mom.
that was the inside of it. He's gonna
Nice.
turn that
What color
in.
is that? Green or gold? Is that gold or green?
I think a little bit of both. I want to say.
That's pretty. I like that color.
And then this is my stepdad's truck.
Okay, stepdad.
Yeah,
Daddy-o on the road.
Yeah, that's my stepdad. And then just showing you the weather and what it looks like in the neighborhood and stuff like that. It's a very good
Nice
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
Tim,
very
Tim, Jesus. Jim gonna talk about you live in the hood.
He
'Cause I
says I
live
live
in
Janelle,
in
let
the
me
the
ask you
hood.
something. Janelle, let me ask you
Yeah.
something. Your
Go ahead.
mother's car now, is that gonna go to you?
I asked and they said no, they're gonna return it.
Oh, is it like a lease thing?
Yeah, they're gonna return it. Yeah. I already
Okay.
asked because they said
It's
it's
too bad it
very
wasn't
expensive
on. You
and
could have took that.
yeah. So but
Beautiful
yeah, that's my house,
home,
guys.
Janelle.
Thank
Beautiful home.
you. Thank
Very
you.
Nice.
comfortable, welcoming. Welcoming. I love that.
Very kumbaya.
Thank you.
Kumbaya home.
Guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
it is.
so you know, Jim started off with Rainbow Melon lives in the hood. Then all of a sudden I lived in the hood. So now you're gonna be living in the hood, which is nice because the three of us will be neighbors, at least, you know, in the hood. Crazy as he is.
I know. He's everybody but him lives in the hood.
But never see where he live at. Let's move on. Lord.
Oh,
Poor Jimmy.
Clucker says Pennsylvania County extends voting hours after software issues with scanning ballots. Yeah, that's probably Bedford County, Cluckers.
Hey,
Bedford,
Cluckers.
Hi, Cluckers.
which again is not my county. Bedford County was having issues with not the voting end, but the results end. So yeah.
Okay.
They said people could still come in and vote. Cracked me up how she changed her name to Clickers on OTT.
I
But
know.
that's what Jim calls her. I was like, God.
I think it was BJ that started that, and it just then Jim or something. Yeah, however which way. Cluckers was
I have
cute
a feeling
like doing that.
if
Yeah,
I
reached out to somebody and I'm like, if I remember correctly, isn't Clicker's Crazy Bat's daughter? And they were like, yeah, that's the same person.
It's cute. Cluckers is cute when she does that. I think that's cute.
Yeah.
If I were to meet Cluckers in person, I would need bail money because I think her and I would act up so bad we'd end up getting arrested.
We actually have like a cop that lives at the end of the street. He's a canine cop. And let me tell you, this man is nowhere near intimidating. He's a little bit smaller than I am. So it's a good thing that he has an intimidating dog because I could probably take him if I wanted to. I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, but I could probably take him if I wanted to. And then we have two people that work for the fire department live at the other end of the street. So we have a lot of kids in the neighborhood, but they're really good. They're quiet, they behave, they go in when they're supposed to. So it's a pretty safe neighborhood.
Yeah, it looks better than where I'm at because over here You drive down the car, there's some brothers outside chilling. You're like, what the hell happened to that? Because they backed up the driveway. They're so damn chaotic.
Hang on.
There. You say hang on.
Yeah, Jim.
No, we can't talk or something? What's going on? Marzi.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I was grabbing my car.
Okay, I'm trying to see where we at in this stream. Okay, I see what's going on. I think she got a phone call. She said, hold on. Yeah, I'm just not picking up on what she's doing.
It's probably Jim. Jim's been calling like a maniac between her and me.
I don't know who in the chat, but hello, you guys and people coming in. I guess you got a robocall. So hey, what's up, everybody? Over here, it got a little warm. I hope everybody voting. Today's a nice day over here to vote. I got done doing what I need to do. So I'm off today. I'm gonna enjoy it. And I'm glad my job is paying for me to vote. I can at least say that about my company. At least they care about that. Say what you will about them. At least they care.
Marzi.
Yeah.
Marzi girl.
Yeah.
Marzi.
Yeah.
Marzi girl.
Yeah.
Go to the OTT platform and see if Jim's live, because he's telling me that he's live right now and I'm not seeing it. It says 35 minutes on my end. He said he's been live for the past 20 minutes now.
All right, let's bounce off, guys.
No, wait. Don't bounce nowhere.
He's not live. I don't see it live for him.
Oh.
It says 35 minutes on my end.
34 minutes. What the heck? Let me call his stupid ass.
Yeah, see, it says 34 minutes.
Oh, so he think he's live, but he's not live. They put the stream at a different time. He thinks he's on, but he's not. He might be mixed up on his own time because look, you got to remember. Hey, listen, we just fell back in time an hour. He's probably going by an old time.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. You're not live on the OTT yet.
I hit play. I did it 45 minutes early. I fucked up the time zones and everything. I was on for 45 minutes. I thought it was already 1 o'clock Eastern. I was an hour early.
Yeah, he's gonna fall back. You gotta fall back on your time.
It's not like YouTube. You got to do it right when. So I fucked it all up. So we probably won't even have a show till later on tonight. Either that or I'm going to have to go on BJU812 and do it, which I think is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move it to BJU812 at 1 o'clock.
Okay, so we're going to go to BJ's free channel, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. Tell her to pin a fucking link. I'm going to come up there.
All righty. Oh, it is pinned. All right. He's coming up on your panel, Janelle.
Oh, Lord.
So, all right, people. Hey, Weezer.
Poor girl. Don't worry about him. No, come on.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
All right. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord. Don't let him intimidate you. He ain't nobody.
No, he does. Jim Terry intimidate me. That's a joke.
Yeah, his name is just Jim Terry. He's shit and pissed like everybody else and fired.
All right, so Jim is probably going to say this, but just in case he doesn't, gag. He is moving his show from the OTT to BJ's free channel, not the backdoor channel, at 1 o'clock Eastern because you all heard him say, fucked up the OTT show. You know, I would, if Jim had one day, like 3 hours that he could chunk together, I would give him some technology pointers so he could navigate the world of technology.
He just didn't fall back on his time. That's why it happens. People do that. When you be traveling and shit, you get caught up at different times. You know, that shit happens. He just needed to know what he's doing before he opened his mouth, pretty much.
But he's openly admitted he doesn't know how to do certain things. And it's like, they're not that difficult.
That sounds like a lazy element. So
X has said that he doesn't want to learn how to do the OTTs.
He don't want to. That's his problem. That's his fault.
All right, keep an eye on your back there, Janelle, because Lord knows when he pops up, you know he's gonna be like, I've been back here for a half an hour.
You find it funny that he changed his Cash App, right? His Cash App, he got a new Cash App. But when I said something about it being black or something, whatever, dude. But you changed your Cash App. You got a new Cash App now, right? Right. Rest my case. Jim is just who he going to be.
Yeah, Jim's an ass.
And blah, blah, blah.
You should have been here about a half an hour ago. Janelle and I were talking about how perfect Mr. X is. He doesn't need to change a thing. Jim needs what's it called? A fashion?
A good old fashioned spanking.
A wardrobe assistant or something like that. Somebody needs to take that man out and get him dressed properly. You know, and other things.
I wonder if he dresses himself in the dark. Oh Lord, he's gonna. I'm just saying. The link
we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we are. The link is dropped, Jim. So don't come up here yelling at me.
And Rainbow Melon, Janelle suggested this, and I think this is a perfect idea. She said she would love to see a picture of Jim and X standing side by side, flexing, even just one arm, each of them. Don't you think that would be a great picture? We lost Rainbow Melon.
Oh, we might have.
Uh-oh. No, she's still up here. Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, so I'm going to put this out there to the universe. He's got 2 weeks. I would like to see him in a white beater shirt for my birthday bash on the 15th. I just want to see maybe a little bit. He said he was coming on, so the link is dropped and it's pinned.
Yeah, Weezer, we'll see. You know, we're on Jim Terry time, so, you know. Yeah.
Can you guys believe
people time?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Hours.
Black people time.
No, I didn't say that. I said
I'm saying it. He want to be black so much, so I'm gonna give him his blackness. Black people time.
So what do you think about the picture of the two of them side by side flexing? Don't you want to see something like that?
Nah.
Why?
I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I think Jim should just wear a sweatshirt to cover his whole face. Let's try something new. Put some funny glasses over it with his face covered, so I can have a good laugh. Kind of like that get up he do with Mr. Lou Mr. Lou. I would like to see Mr. Lou again, to be honest. I like when he covered his whole fucking face.
Lou Skunk cracks me up.
You need to bring him out.
All of you guys knew who that was, but I did not. I had no idea who that was.
I miss him, so bring him back out. I'd like to see him again. I like your face covered.
I just sent Jim another link to your current show. Yeah, not a StreamYard link, but a YouTube link.
I tried doing that, and he's like, I don't open links. Why are you going to send me a link? I don't open links. Well, you know, I mean, then how are you going to find my channel if you don't open links?
Lazy element. Another lazy element.
And, you know, when I send them out, they actually have, like, the thumbnail picture. So I don't know if he receives them that way, but I send it to him just in case he's having a hard time finding the show.
Yeah. That's what he told me a while ago. He said he had a hard time finding my channel. Well, this is my backup. This isn't permanent.
Lazy element. Hey, Jim, fix all your clocks in your car. I got to do mine, too. I haven't
I got to fix 2 of mine.
Yeah, fix your clocks, Jim. Tune all your shit together, like the Super Friends. What were them twins on the Super Friends? They always snap their arms, their fists together. The Power Wonder Twins. Deactivate.
Oh, yeah.
He need to deactivate all his fucking devices to current time, and he won't get fucked up ever again. Then he be up on it.
Now we got something to tease his ass about. So he's definitely not going to hear the end of this. That's for damn
I bet Mr. X got all his shit together on time. I bet you $1 million.
Oh, I'm sure he does. And did you hear him on the show last night?
I
He
missed
said
it. I missed
he
most of it. I gotta go
spent
back and watch.
he spent more time than usual preparing for his flight, like packing, making sure he had everything. Then he went into a discussion on he made sure his place was nice and clean. So when he came home, he walked into a nice, clean apartment or whatever, townhouse, whatever he lives in. Um, I mean, like X would definitely be on the changing of the clocks.
Yeah.
Jim, no.
Hey,
He's
you
not
guys,
right.
I wonder
Well,
how Mr. X smells. I wonder if Mr. X got a certain cologne he put on every
hang on, we got a
day.
robocall.
Oh shit. Is this new?
John, we had a little bit of a time constraint and a little bit of an issue with the show on the OTT. Today's Jim Terry TV will be live for free on U812 at 1 o'clock Eastern. Screwed up the time zones a little bit. My fault, 100% my fault. We will see everybody on BJU812 at 105 Eastern. My fault, 105 Eastern. Everything is set, ready to go. You can see that it's already there. We will put something out on the community tab. BJU812 free show 105 Eastern today. We'll see you all on BJU812 on YouTube for the OTT programming.
There we go, guys. Hang up already. Hang up. All right.
Okay, Mr.
I was
Robo.
having the same. Mine wouldn't hang up.
Mr. Robo.
Yeah.
He up on the Robo, but not up on the time.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Jim
Yeah,
needs a robot. He needs a robot to tell him how to wake up. You know, he needs a robot to tell him what sweatshirt to wear and not wear on constant occasions every time.
Yes.
He just needs a robot to push him out of bed. It seems like Jim needs a robot. Mr. X is the robot.
So, okay, let me answer Weezer. Weezer, he said he was going to come up on this show, on Janelle's show. Whether he makes it or not, that's up in the air. I think he probably hasn't been here yet because he was putting out the robocall. And then at 105 Eastern, he is going on BJ's channel for his show. So hopefully that clears things up. Hey, Blue Diamond. Hola, mi amiga.
Hello, Blue. Hello, Weezer.
Okay. But the only thing is we can't keep track of the time and when we're supposed to be over there. Or at
Well,
least in the TT we can, but on now we can't.
No. I'm gonna find it because I'm on my computer. So
Yeah, I have it now. I just dropped out in the chat and said something.
if you don't mind, I will drop a link to it.
Yeah, that's fine. Go right ahead.
Okay.
And
So
then tonight's lineup shows, I think so we have OTT on BJ now, and then later on today, I think Johnny is going live later on today. So those are the shows going on. So that's why I got my time in so early because I didn't want to.
we got a nice lineup, eh?
Yeah. So I'll be over there hitting the link again on Johnny's. That
All
was
right. There's the link to Jim's show in 28 minutes.
Ding,
okay.
ding,
28
ding, ding.
minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you guys, I'm gonna hop off then since Jim coming on. I got a couple things I need to do real quick, and I'll see you guys over there.
Okay. All right. We'll stay
Okay.
live. We'll wait and see if he shows up.
All right, bye, guys.
We have been on for 3 hours already. That's a long time.
That's cool.
It is. It really is. I'm not complaining.
So I have a suggestion for you.
Okay.
We got to figure out how to get you an ending thing. You know, like when you're done, you're like, okay, you know, and you're very good about saying goodbye to everybody in chat and all that, and then it just kind of goes dead. So
like an outro, like an outro.
yeah, an outro. That's it. I couldn't think of the word. Where's
Yeah.
see, Carol's not here. Carol went to the doctors, and when I can't think, she usually thinks for me.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that I was going to actually reach out and ask X about because he's really good at that kind of stuff. But, after everything, I'm like, nah, I'll figure something out. I don't know if Jim knows how to do any of that stuff.
Oh God, no. No, but he'll tell you. I think X is inundated right now.
Yeah.
So it won't be a good thing. You know who you might talk to that can at least tell you how to get things rolling is Johnny.
Yeah.
Now, he has intros and outros. I don't know if he does them himself or if other people do them for him, but I would tap him and see, if he doesn't do them, then at least maybe he can tell you who did them for him and kind of connect
Yeah.
you guys,
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, I said, yeah, no, the live is gonna on OTT is gonna be on BJ's channel, and it's gonna be free. So it's not gonna be on BJ's backdoor. It's gonna be free.
And Blue Diamond, Jim openly admitted it's his fault. He screwed up the OTT. So that's why we're going over to BJ's channel in 25 minutes.
Okay. See what happens when X isn't around to help him out with shit.
I was thinking the same damn thing, but I wasn't sure if I was going to say it out loud. Good for you.
X, this is your fault. That's all right. That's just Jim. So.
Well, where the hell is Alma calling?
Yeah, tell him the link is dropped and it's pinned.
There is nothing more annoying than somebody saying they're going to do something and they don't do it.
Yeah, call him.
Here we go.
What the fuck?
Well, where the hell are you? Oh! And there's our normal conversations, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to know what Jim and I talk about, that's about how it goes.
My favorite thing about Jim Terry is when you're on the phone with him and he says he'll call you back and he never does.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I'm only bringing Rob up because he's a good example of this. But I was the same way Rob was. First, like 3 times I talked to him, I was just like picking my phone up every now and again. Did I miss this call? What the hell? Like I was, sucked into that. And then I quickly realized Jim doesn't say goodbye. He just says, all right, I'll call you later. And he hangs up. So that's just his way of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Blue, we're hoping Carol's appointment goes well too. She didn't say what it was for. Might have just been a normal check-in type of an appointment, or it could be a physical. Who knows? But yeah, we hope her appointment goes well.
Let me text him.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Get your ass on.
And I used to be so offended by him talking like that. Now I'm just like, okay, it's another day, whatever.
I told him, I says, get your ass on panel. Link is dropped in chat. There we go.
I thought I had thick skin prior to getting involved in YouTube. I really did. Until I met Jim and I realized my skin is not as thick as I thought it was. And I'm still working on that.
Yeah, you definitely have to have thick skin. That's why it's like everything that's going on and all the haters seem to like to target me right now. I just laugh it off and keep it moving. I just see it as my hazing into the Jim Terry community. I mean, it is what it is at this point. And that's how I see it.
And I know you're not getting along with Leanne right now, but I will say that one of the things that she has taught me is how to laugh the things off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's all it is. Jim has to pee first. Yeah, I think he drinks like coffee from the minute he wakes up to the minute he goes to bed, and that's why he spends a good majority of his time in the bathroom.
Well, you know what? And he's getting older too. And I keep telling him, you should, because he pees an awful lot during a given show. And I said, go get your prostate checked, because I'm like, something ain't right there. Now watch, I got to roll some cigarettes. I guarantee you, that as soon as I get to rolling these cigarettes right now, he'll show up.
Yeah, well, he missed the house tour. He wasn't here for the house tour. Sucks to be him. He's already seen it, but I'm just saying.
I mean, something about this machine just turns him on.
You know what, Marcy?
Yeah.
Goddamn time.
Listen, guys, we're going on
Okay.
1:05 Eastern on BJU812. Check us out there. I started the other show early, screwed it up. My fault. Can't reset it. We will simulcast it on BJU812, so even you fucking pukes watching this that can't get the OTT, well, your luck out. You get it for free today on BJU812 and only live. We've got a lot to get to on the show. Jonelle, are we going to be able to get a hold of your brother or no? You got a phone number on him or no? I don't want to act like we're going to do this and then you strike out. What's up?
No, I don't have a phone number for him. I told you I deleted it. Give me a couple days. I could get it.
No, we need it today or I'm not interested anymore. I don't know. I mean,
That's
I
fine.
don't have your brother's number?
No, I deleted it when he left. I told you that. You don't listen. I deleted it when he left.
I think you have it.
I'm going to show you my phone contacts. It's not in here.
Listen, we've got a lot of other stuff to get to. We're going to get to BJ and Tech Guy. His attorney could not finalize a plea bargain for him. They got to go back to court. We'll talk about that. The Big Ups thing is getting worse and worse by the minute. It is 80 degrees up in West Virginia today, but I can tell you it's going to get down into the 20s by Sunday. So we've got a lot to get to. Jonelle, does your brother have any kind of criminal record?
Not that I can give you his name, Jim, if that helps you out any.
In the back chat.
Type it. Don't say it.
Yeah, because from what I'm hearing that he's got a lengthy criminal record. Or is that not true?
I don't know. I can't answer that because I don't know.
Jim,
how much is he older than you?
Yes, he's 4 years older than I am. Do you see it?
Yeah, where does he live? Texas, but what city? Do you know? Put it in the back chat.
Jim, you missed it. Janelle gave us a tour of her home.
I've seen her house. Remember, she took us on a tour when she flushed her hand down the toilet.
Including the inside of her refrigerator and freezer.
Good.
Which is your big turn on.
Well, we need to see what's doing in there. That's 100%. All right, let me do this, guys. We'll see everybody over on BJU812. Let me see if I can't find your brother. Jonelle, I'll send you a link.
Okay.
But Jonelle, we got to have, you can't do it behind an aviator. You got to come up on the panel.
All right, then I'm ending the show so I can get camera ready. That's fine.
Camera ready? What
I
difference
have
is that?
to get camera ready.
Fuck this.
Bye. All right. So I'll see you guys over there.
All righty then. Everybody, thanks for being here for Janelle's show. I'll see you over on BJ's.
Bye.
Bye.